Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Plastered Dragon Tavern, home of some of your favorite shows like Drunken
Good
Dread,
evening,
Chosen
ladies and
Family,
gentlemen,
and of
and
course,
welcome to the Plastered
Something Wicked
Dragon.
This Way Comes. It is time for episode 6, but first, not only are we a channel, we are also a community, and as such, we have a bunch of things going on, and one of the things is you may have noticed in the Discord that a couple years ago my daughter gave me this awesome DM screen for Father's Day. She sent me my Father's Day present and wanted me to unbox it on camera, so I am right now. Here's the box. I am actually unboxing my Father's Day. Oh my gosh, there's like chains on it. I'm a little bit worried. Holy shit. Okay, wait, I have to
Holy,
back up a second. Look at this. Do you guys
legit.
do
I
you guys
love it.
That
see
is
this?
incredible.
Now, when you consider the fact that this logo has existed for 2 weeks, that this channel has existed for 2 weeks, and this somehow made it to my house like 4 days ago.
Look at
That.
Toasty in all of her
Oh,
glory.
hang on a sec. Wait, there's another piece that fell off down the bottom here. I'm guessing that this is going to be a D20 that hangs off of this chain here.
I love it.
Okay, this is the best thing ever. Maya, thank you if you are watching. This is incredible. I hope people can hear us. But yeah, this is the bomb. You are awesome. Thank you. I hope you guys like it. It will probably be adorning the walls of the tavern when we stream in the future. I'm guessing it will be sitting probably behind Callie's side of the table because the other side of the table, the center of that is a doorway. I don't think that the sheet that we use to cover that doorway will hold this wood of this weight. But damn, that is impressive.
Can you give
Sorry
me a
for.
request to hold it up one more time?
There's a request to hold it up one more time. Certainly, I would be delighted. I will even lean back
Oh,
again.
that's amazing, Maya. You're wonderful.
I suspect
Good
Carl
job.
helped as well because the woodwork and the cutting. I suspect the art was Maya and the woodworking was Carl. So thank you both of you. You are wonderful. Maya is not only my daughter and the DM of Web of Lies, but also a pretty talented artist. So we're lucky to have her as part of the channel and part of the family.
Happy Father's Day, dude.
Thanks. Happy Father's Day to you too, and to Nick and to Zephyr.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because this is our, Father's Day is this coming Sunday, so we obviously won't see each other again before then. But so, with all of that out of the way, let us recap. When we last left our heroes, they had gone in search of answers. Some got answers, like Zuki, who learned some things about her family and even found her long missing mom, who happens to be in a deep magical sleep. Some were not happy with the answers they found, like Nicholas, who was convinced he was being given the runaround by those damn elves. Reginald, Zephyr, and Keel probably had a bit more of a mixed outcome in searching for answers and trying to determine what was going on in a larger sense and a less personal one, though Zephyr did reach out and reconnect with his mom. Eventually, they managed to find the vampires that they were seeking, or rather, the vampires found them. And although it looked like they had the upper hand, things turned around very suddenly as one of the vampires got his fangs into the unconscious neck of Reginald and threatened to rip out his throat if the party did not comply. A quick surrender was negotiated, and Reginald was told he would stand trial for his crimes. He was taken into a car. The rest of the party was put in another car, and Zuki got the bright idea to cockroach up his leg again, not realizing that the car ride was going to take a couple of hours. As soon as she realized that she was running out of time on her cockroach form, she scampered into the trunk of the car. When they arrived, she found the emergency release, somehow crawled out of the trunk without alerting any of the guards, and found the back door to the building. She realized that she was probably overmatched trying to take on a room full of vampires with her friends captured and reached out for the only aid she could think of, Lord Malmarathir of the Summer Court. After some hasty negotiations, wherein she offered Lord Malmarathir a favor with conditions, there were caveats on that favor. no one innocent could be harmed in the performing of that favor, and it could not be used to hurt any of the people that she was trying to save that were inside this building. Malmarathir found those terms acceptable and agreed to help. What can you do, though? Zuki wondered, and he says, trials are all about arguing. Who argues better than an elf? I'll be his lawyer. Reginald said, I'm glad that at least things can't get any worse, and the door swung open, and he heard, Reginald, your lawyer's here! And that is where we left our heroes. Let's pick up where we left off and see how our heroes are reacting.
I
Reg.
died. I died in the street, and this is hell. And I thought I led a good life, but no, I died, and you all aren't real because no god could ever imagine such a punishment for myself, right? That's the only explanation for what's happening right now.
You turn and you see Lord Malmarathir sweep into the room as
Oh, God.
grandly as he possibly can. He walks up to you and he pats your face on the cheek. He says, My dear boy, your problems are solved. Now, I believe that there are some charges to be read against my client. The vampires all look around a bit confused. I suspect Keel, Nicholas, and Zephyr look around a bit confused as well, but Zuki seems pleased.
He's here to help us.
So the leader of the vampires looks and says, Well, this is a trial, so I suppose a lawyer is allowed. I did say this would be a fair trial, but as the evidence is fairly damning, I am not overly worried. Malmarathir says, Evidence? I'll be the judge of that. Fetch it forth, my dear man. If you are a man. Sometimes
Oh, God.
He leans over to Reginald and says, If you antagonize them, it throws them off their game. And he smiles broadly.
You'd be surprised how much of my life I've lived with that philosophy.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, the leader of the vampires walks over and he grabs a manila envelope. Reg, give me an insight check.
All right. First roll of the night. 21.
The hackles on the back of your neck kind of raise when you see this manila envelope. Its size, its shape, its color, even the handwriting on it look familiar to you.
Is it the same writing on the manila envelope that was left at the apartment?
It does seem to be, yes.
What a crazy random happenstance.
Isn't it, though?
Yes.
And he walks
Are the
over...
lawyers speaking?
He walks over to Malmarathir and hands him the envelope. Malmarathir opens the envelope, slowly pulls out the contents. It seems to be a small stack of black and white photographs. And he very slowly and casually studies them and flips through them one at a time, sliding each one to the back in succession. With each photograph, he looks it up and down and says, This is interesting. And he just kind of reaches behind him and slaps you in the chest with him and says, Reginald, dear, what do you make of this?
I'll open the envelope and look at the photos.
In the photos, you see yourself in places you clearly do not remember being. And you are holding wooden stakes in either hand, and in every photo, there is damaged property around you and piles of dust at your feet, which look like they could have been the former bodies of living vampires.
What am I wearing in these photos?
You are wearing your suit.
My suit?
Yes, you're wearing one of the suits your custom tailored suits that you typically wear. This is a very, very good approximation of you.
All right. I look and I say, "This is not me." I don't know what to say. I'm here to own up to things that I have done in my past. I'm not afraid I've made mistakes, but these are not some of them. I don't know. Brian, do I know who this is?
Uh, it certainly looks like you. I mean, even with scrutiny, you are fairly convinced that it is you. But you know it can't be you.
Uh, it's not me. I don't know what to say. I don't know any other way to describe it, but we do live in a time where faces can be approximated, identities can be faked. I'm being set up here for something I didn't do.
The leader of the vampires says, "That is your defense? It wasn't me?"
Oh, what did you want me to? No, I had a dog that talks to me, and he told me to kill vampires, and I walked in. No, it's not a defense. It's what actually happened.
And how do you expect us to believe you? What proof do you offer in your defense?
Do you? Who provided this evidence to you?
It
I think I
was
have a right to know.
it was delivered anonymously.
Oh, well, that seems totally legit. Well done. An anonymous benefactor delivered photos that were obviously doctored of me killing vampires, and that's what you're basing this trial on?
Photos were delivered of vampires being slain in the same locations as members of our circle went missing.
I. Huh, I think that we were both set up. Delivered to my place of residence were pictures of people very close to me and vampires being in the vicinity. Is that something you organized to send a message, or was this the same anonymous benefactor?
He looks a bit puzzled. Do you have these photographs?
I do.
Well, Reginald, dear, don't just sit there holding them. Please.
I pull them out
He holds his hand out.
I show the photos.
No. Hand them to me.
Oh God. Oh God. I hand the photos to him.
And he's like holding his hand out. Come on. Your Honor, I would like to enter into evidence Exhibit B. This manila envelope, which looks suspiciously like your manila envelope. And he walks
He
it
just-
forward and
Reginald starts massaging his temples.
the vampire looks at it. And Malmarathir says, look at the envelopes. You can see the handwriting is exactly the same. And as he's looking at the photos, he notices members of his circle pictured in the photographs. And these are in England, and where they clearly could not and were not. They couldn't have been there. And Malmarathir is pointing and saying, "See, if you look very closely here, you can see the tiny, tiny imperfections which shows these photographs being doctored, just as your photographs were being doctored. Clearly, someone very powerful was trying to set you at odds with each other. I wonder why."
Insight check.
Okay.
Did he have anything to do with this?
Go ahead, give me an insight.
It's a natural 19 plus 9. So 28.
It doesn't. It doesn't seem like he had anything to do with it, though he is enjoying the intrigue aspect of it immeasurably. He's quite pleased with the developments and almost a little wistful that he didn't think of it himself.
Understood.
So, with this information, what do you conclude, your high and black majesty? May I call you your high and black majesty? The vampire just kind of scowls at him. Apparently he has the same effect on vampires as he does on Reginald.
Well, that's good.
Vampire stares at it for a long time and looks at Reginald. When did you get these photographs?
I discovered them last night.
But
I don't know when they were delivered.
They could have been there longer. We received these
Yes.
3 days ago. The same day as
3
the
days
explosion.
ago.
Yes.
What time did you receive them?
We do not know. We were out for the evening. Several of us were at the Plastered Dragon. When we returned, the envelope was here.
All right. So that means someone wanted us at odds with each other and wanted us in particularly to divide our attentions away from something. A magician is trying to distract us before they pull off some sort of trick.
Indeed, it would seem so. Well, I do believe my work here is done. Clearly the boy is innocent, just as you are innocent of whatever it was he was angry at you for. So, I think I've done what I came here to do. Would you agree, dear Zuki?
Well, we haven't heard the results of the trial yet. I'd like to hear from them first.
That is fair. Your Majesty? Yes, yes, yes. Clearly, we are being played for fools here, and we should not be fighting. Whatever trespass against our people is forgiven because we were after you for whatever it is we thought you did. You were after us for whatever it is you thought we did. Blood was shed in the interim. All debts are paid, if that is amenable to you, Reginald.
It is. If I could make a suggestion that the next time you'd like to get my attention just by speaking to me rather than sending minions or a man in a car heckling me from my domicile, maybe an email, a Facebook invite, something other than whatever you did this evening.
I understand your displeasure. But
You do?
Yes, yes.
You understand?
Yes.
My friends were bitten and attacked by your people without me provoking anything. You fell for a trick.
And why were you seeking us?
Who said I was seeking you?
We have ears on the street.
I was seeking you for answers. You were seeking me for blood, which was apparent because your vampires attacked without saying a damn word. If anything, I believe your people owe me a debt.
Do not push your luck, mortal. Clearing our debts is the best you can hope for here. If you wish to try and renegotiate, once the trial has adjourned, we can have a further discussion.
No. No, I think I will leave you exactly where you left me and all my friends, which is firmly planted in the dark. We're good here.
Very well. You are acquitted of the charges against the vampire community. Malmarathir takes a sweeping bow and says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. No need to applaud or throw roses. I'm sure I will be paid handsomely for my services."
Can I walk out of the courtroom?
If you like.
Yes, I want to walk out.
Okay, Malmarathir says, "Zuki dear, will there be anything else?"
No, thank you so much for your help.
It has been...
I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Yes, it has been an absolute pleasure. And he bows and kisses your hand.
Malmarathir, a word before you leave?
Oh, certainly. Walk with me, boy. And he puts his arm around your shoulder congenially.
For appearance's sake, I put my arm around his waist
Okay.
as we walk out.
And he heads toward the back door.
His arm is around my shoulder.
Parking?
Yes.
All right. As we're walking and he's being very braggadocious and whimsical, I pick his pocket.
Okay. What are you trying to get?
Trying to get any sort of coin, purse, or anything in his pocket because my arm is around his waist and I imagine he's got his pocket off to the side.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a sleight of hand.
That is a 20.
Okay. You reach into his pocket and you feel a little tingle on your fingers as you grab a small pouch and pull it out.
I do want to say thank you, but I have to ask what did she give you?
I'm sure you do have to ask, and I have to tell you that is between her and between me. It is information if you wish to pay for it. I will gladly sell it to you, and it would come fairly cheaply. For I think I'm going to get some bonuses in the bargain as well.
You know what? I think I'm going to get the same.
Ah,
Maybe
good.
another time.
Very well then, very well. I look forward to seeing you again.
I bet you do.
And he reaches down and he pinches your ass. And then he walks away.
God.
Oh, as he's walking away, I was like, hey, oh, wait. And I'll kind of run up to him and
Yes,
kinda,
Nicholas, was it?
I'll just kind of like, pull my hair back and look at him and say, I might have a conversation with you later in a different location. Would you be willing to talk?
Certainly, of
I have some
course.
questions and some information.
That is my favorite kind of exchange. Questions for information. I look forward to it. Your friend Zuki knows how to reach me.
And thanks for the help back there.
It was my distinct pleasure. We must do it again sometime.
Or not.
Keel and Zephyr, what are you doing during this exchange?
Well, first of all, where are the pictures at right now?
Let's see. I would imagine Reginald was given his pictures back, and the vampires have their pictures.
Then I'm following, not wanting to be left alone with den of bloodsuckers.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
During the entire trial, Keel was taking count of how many vampires he could see.
You lost count after 20 or so.
Oh.
Okay. Just make a mental note of 20 plus.
Yeah,
And,
Probably
head out
not
after
the time
everybody.
to throw a dagger, just saying.
it is most certainly not. All right, so are you guys just gonna walk out, or did you want to talk with the vampires, or?
Can we at least, is there anyone there that looks official to be like, can anyone give us a ride back? Is this something that you guys can do?
That is reasonable. We did drag you out here. We can certainly bring you home again.
Leather, heated seats if you have it. It's a bit chilly outside. I don't know if that's
Something well lit.
well lit.
Hey, Reg, let's be honest. Maybe we could use a little bit of their help. I mean, they may have some information. I mean, they're a pawn as well.
Well, if you're going to use logic, Nicholas, yes. Well, of course, I have to bow to logic.
I know it's my worst trait.
If someone would like to ride back with us, someone of level-headedness, we would be happy to do an exchange of information.
Would I count as level-headed at this point? I did not have you killed out of hand in the street.
Yes, you know what? We're being very lax with the term level-headed, but not killing me, we'll say that that's a plus in your column.
I'm
Very-
level-headed.
It's true, she is.
You did have the bright idea of getting him a lawyer, so yes.
I was incredibly helpful in this.
You may have saved the
We're
day.
all alive. We didn't even get a little bit injured, and you're out of the vampire court. So
I mean, one little promise to, whatever.
You don't even know about that.
see,
Reggie walks over to Zuki and hugs her
she
And
hugs
said-
him back.
and says
Aw.
thank you
You're welcome.
and looks at you and says, don't ever do it again. And he
What
gets
should
in.
I have done? Because it seems like
Nope.
this helped.
Nope. This was a moment. You're ruining it. Nope. Just don't do it again. And he gets in the car.
A nice stretch limo pulls up outside, so there's room for all of you to sit together. And
Oh, that's nice. This is nice. Is this free? The booze in here? Is this free? Can we have this? Are there snacks up front?
as you reach for the bottle, he kind of holds his hand up and says, "This limo is normally for our use. I do not think you would enjoy the beverages."
Oh, yeah, blood. You could have said blood. You don't have to be dramatic about it.
I was trying to be subtle, but apparently that is not of interest.
Well, you've come to the wrong place for subtlety, my friend.
So I see. He has a couple of burly lieutenants with him in the limo, and so it's the 8 of you plus the driver. So there's 8 of you in the back, and the driver and the limo pulls away.
Just before we pull away completely, would Keel recognize the area that we're in right now?
Go ahead and give me a roll. I would say probably history.
History. Okay, that is a total of 19.
Uh,
Just more of the general
yeah.
area within Boston.
You're looking around, and you don't think you're not in town. You're definitely in a more suburban area, but it's still pretty urban. You're thinking possibly north of the city, maybe Lowell or someplace like that.
Okay.
It's definitely got an industrial factory feel to it.
All right. Yeah, we're in the limousine.
So, we both received doctored photographs.
Yes. Yes, we've been investigating the events and what happened at the bar that evening, and we've been talking to several of the groups that were there, and we honestly thought this was an act of aggression on your part.
Interesting. We have been checking to see whether or not you were behind it.
The events at the bar? What made you believe that?
You were beings of power and new to the area, at least in this combination, although you were known to us previously. And we've been checking other leads, and we've determined that it is not the werewolves as much as we wished it were. Any excuse to go and tear those vermin apart would have been wonderful, but we must stand on ceremony. Without rules, we are nothing. A thing that those savages often forget.
Any other places? We have investigated the guilds that were there that evening. We believe them to be innocent. We honestly believe it to be, as crazy as this sounds, we believe it to be a group of outsiders.
When you say outsiders, the way you said that, you don't just mean people who don't belong, do you?
No. Remember, no subtlety here. No. We believe it to be a group of outsiders of this plane, the in-between.
That is interesting.
Yes.
Well, I can tell you it was definitely not the Crimson Blade. We have had discussions with them, and they have informed us that it makes no real sense for them, and their reasoning is sound, as the dragon is where they get most of their contracts and deals.
The dragon?
The plastered dragon.
Yes. All right. I'm just making sure there wasn't an actual fire-breathing dragon somewhere in Boston. I don't know how I missed it, but stranger things have happened.
Well, older dragons can be subtle creatures. I realize you don't go for subtlety, but I think if there were an ancient dragon around, it would be fairly easy for you to miss. Unless it wanted to be found.
I understand. So if it's not the Crimson Blade and they had nothing to do with it, I'm trying to think of any other. What about the traders, the soul traders,
The Court of Shadows?
the Court of Shadows?
I suppose it is possible, though I'm not sure what the benefit to them would be. After all, they trade in souls. If reality is destroyed, what good are the souls that they have traded in? What good are the currencies and commodities that they have profited from?
Yes, I guess that's true.
I want to nudge Rich. Got an idea. I'll tell you later.
What is
All
this
right.
idea of yours?
It's totally something different. We were talking about a movie earlier. I think I figured out the movie.
Go ahead and give me a deception check, Nicholas.
I love Nick so much.
Against a really old vampire, but go ahead.
All right, deception. 20 total.
He raises an eyebrow. He says, "Really? And what movie was this?"
Oh, do you see a lot of movies?
He just stares at you.
Yes. No.
It was Van Helsing, wasn't it?
No, I believe it was Dracula
I've
Dead and Loving It.
I've seen that one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Seen the newest Rocky movie? That was good.
Oh, that was good. Creed. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, how are they going to do it based off of like the bad guy? But then it was like, oh, well, this has a lot of heart in it, doesn't it?
It's all heart. All heart.
Yes.
Anywho.
All heart. So, you aren't going to tell me this clever idea of yours, I see. That is fine.
No. You see Scent of a Woman? So we were watching it, and the part where they're in the courtroom and he's talking about the kid, I think I figured it out now.
Hello?
I think that I have figured it out as well. But do continue with your jest.
Brian, what is this guy's name?
You haven't asked.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What is your name?
Ah, yes, I suppose we were never introduced, were we? You
You were just tall, dark, and brooding.
Handsome.
My name is Malachi. I am the leader of this circle.
Well, Malachi, I wish we had met under better circumstances, but your demeanor has been nothing but pleasant and polite. And if seeing this particular movie with Nick helps answer any questions down the line, how is the best way to get in touch with you?
He reaches into his jacket pocket, which is as nicely tailored as your own, and he produces a black business card with gold embossed writing on it.
Ooh, business card trading. And I take one of my own business cards, and I was like, I don't have a black one because I felt it was a little too on the nose, like dark. But you're a vampire. I think you can get away with it. So I just have like a white. It's like an off tan, because I thought pure white was too much. It's like too much.
Eggshell?
It's like an eggshell off white. So here, let's trade.
And he hands you the business card, and he says, I hope you don't find the gold writing too on the nose.
No. It would have been weird if you had like a 666 in your number. Like that would have been like, oh, But no, it's fine.
Or does
No, he does not. It's a fairly normal number. It's got a 781 area code.
Malachi, we will call you, and please, if you can, extend the same courtesy our direction.
Indeed. Apologies for the misunderstanding.
Oh, no, please. My apologies. We killed one of your henchmen. He exploded. Big thing of dust. It's everywhere. We could probably sweep up a little bit if you want. Like, I have one of the dusters. Do you have any of the dusters back at your castle?
That is
The-
not
the-
necessary. If need be, I can always make another henchman, though we try not to make a habit of that. As you can see from our refreshment bar in the car, we try not to feast on the living. We are quite civilized, as vampires go.
Oh, so where does this, is this blood banks? Is this animals? What?
A combination. There's animal blood we purchase from blood banks, but none of it is stolen and none of it is taken against anyone's will. The only
I'm
members...
actually a
Yes?
Yeah? I'm actually a donor. I love the T-shirts. I love getting the T-shirts and the cookies. So that could be a little bit of me in there. Yeah.
Well, perhaps when we have one of our drives, we will give you a call.
Oh, please. Yeah, just maybe like a bloody T-shirt with like 2 fangs coming out of the O, you know?
I
Be
think
positive. Give it to vampires, you know?
Yes, perhaps something for Red October. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But the only members of our circle that are turned from mortal state are those that request it. If you know of
Can I
anyone... Yes?
Oh, can I ask? I've always wanted to ask this. Garlic. Is garlic a thing? Is it a real thing? Or is it...
He laughs. He says, "It is merely a myth we like to perpetuate.
Oh.
Garlic gives the blood flavor."
Oh, all right. It's fair.
It's like a topping on a pizza for you mortals.
Have you had cold pizza yet? I just discovered this. It's amazing. If I started a business where you could buy pizza already cold, is that something that you...
I think it would be akin to chilled blood, actually. It's very, very similar. I mean, the blood is wonderful when it's hot and fresh from the vein, but sometimes a nice chilled glass from the refrigerator is very refreshing.
Well, this is positively delightful. This is not how I saw this conversation going whatsoever.
Are we at our destination yet?
Yeah. The car,
Are we there yet?
the car pulls up.
Keel leaves as quickly as he can. He's getting a little sick to his stomach.
As Keel leaves, Malachi looks at Reginald and says, "Was it something I said?"
Yes, probably a lot of it. These are
Suki is riveted.
these are very good people, and yeah. So, well, Malachi, I'd like to say it's been fun. Hopefully, we don't see you too soon.
If I have anything, I will give you a call.
Good.
My parting shot is, hey, don't forget to, you probably want to watch Deep Blue Sea. You'll love it.
And he
Practically the thing, you'll love it.
And he says to you, "And you may want to give a second watching to Jaws, but consider the shark's point of view next time you watch."
See, we're right on the same level. We're right there. I got you.
Zuki is riveted,
All right.
but probably equally lost.
I drag her out of the car by the scruff of her shirt, and we go inside the apartment.
I'm assuming Zephyr also scrambles out as everybody else does.
Well, I need to know first. I was checking all the ashtrays and everything. Was there any spare change?
There was not any spare change.
Oh, God.
Slightly dejected and disappointed, he follows him into the apartment.
You should
Okay.
check the creases of the chairs.
All right, so you are back in Reginald's apartment. It's now fairly late into the night.
Well, I would call that a success.
Yes.
Raise the hands. Who died tonight?
Nobody.
Keel, are you all right?
Still pumping.
Still pumping.
I call that a
All
win. It's a win.
Well, I take a second to inform everyone, because it's been a while since we were all in the same place, but inform them about the outsiders, what my theory is about them coming in, what Sam said about possibly that place being a source of maybe like a landing zone, and telling them that there is a faction that's working to actively bring them in. Like there has to be an influence from this plane, some sort of cult, just a cult that's working with the outsiders to bring this about.
Oh, so here's my idea. All right.
Yes.
So we
yes,
were talking
please.
about the Soul Stealers.
Yes.
What if they are the mortal kind of henchmen because they've been promised something that they're not going to get anyway. Like, oh, you can have all the souls. We just want to obliterate it. You can have all the souls. Ah, ooh.
That's Nick. Dare I say that's astute and quite a possibility. Maybe
Tap,
they
tap,
are.
tap.
We're going to die. Don't answer.
Is that the door?
It is not the door.
What is it?
Where's the tap coming from?
Did you hear a tap?
I'm going to die.
I checked the window.
So do you the living room window? You open the blinds.
Yes.
You open the blinds. You don't see anything out there. Tap, tap, tap.
Perception checks.
Sure. Perception checks.
Yeah.
I want.
Nicholas is grinning. That means it's either a 20 or a 1.
I got a natural 1.
I got a 21.
Okay, Nick, you are distracted by the leftover pizza. You realize that you guys haven't eaten in a while, and there's still some pizza, and it's been out a while, but I mean there's no meat on it, so it's probably still okay.
Guys, there's pizza.
Keel,
Very good.
What'd you get?
18.
18. Reg,
21.
Zeph.
21.
So the rest of you,
Wow.
realize that the tapping seems to be coming from the bedroom.
Zuki runs in.
Okay.
No,
Keel
God.
attempts to
damn.
grab her.
All right, go ahead and give me a contested dex check.
Crap.
Where's everybody
Oh.
going? We got pizza.
7.
7?
Oh, good. 14.
14, okay.
Oh,
Zuki,
God.
you start to run and you're like hauled up short as he grabs the back of your shirt, and his strength is more than enough to keep you from going far. And like your legs come out from under you a little bit and then swing back down again.
Hey, we need to check and see what that is. It's coming from the bedroom.
Sit.
Suki, I swear, you are the dog from the Pixar movie Up. Stay seated while we check the door, please.
Oh, let's let the big people check the door, because I'm not capable of checking a door.
Why do
As this
I walk
conversation is
Right,
taking
check it
place, Keel's going to use his divine sense to see if he can tell what it is.
Okay. What blocks divine sense?
Oh, that is not behind total cover, so it would not work.
Okay. You reach out with
so I used it.
your senses, and you don't detect anything. Tap, tap, tap.
Can we go in?
I go over to the door?
Okay.
Is it on the door, or does it sound like it's tapping against the window that's in his room?
Sounds like the window in his room.
Yeah, see?
I open the door.
Bird.
Okay. You open the door.
I check for traps first.
Go ahead. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh,
Tap, tap.
not great. 8.
No traps on this door. At
Yeah, open it up. I open it up. I love
all.
this door.
Zuki, did you leave any traps?
No, because they would have had to be dismantled when I come out of the room.
Okay, then no traps.
All right.
Blinds are
I
drawn.
walk
though.
into the room.
It's dark. Blinds are
Uh,
drawn.
I draw my crossbow
Okay.
and pull open the blinds.
Okay, who else is with you?
I'm there.
I'm in between Reggie and Zuki.
Okay, Zephyr
I'm actually peeking through the door and watching as this goes on.
and Nick, you're eating pizza?
I'm walking over with a slice of pizza.
Okay.
God, I love you guys
So-
so much.
So basically, Zuki, Reginald, and Keel are inside the room. Zephyr is leaning inside the doorway, but staying out, and Nicholas is standing behind him, kind of trying to look into the room. Oh, I'll have some pizza. Okay.
So good.
All right. So, good. The blinds, as I say, are drawn. And Nicholas, check your thing for a brief secret message.
Bum, bum, bum.
Meanwhile, what are you guys doing?
I slowly draw the blinds back from the window.
You slowly raise the blinds, and as you do, you have a perfect view into the street below.
What do you see?
Huh.
Nothing?
The streets look empty.
I immediately turn around and start scanning the apartment.
Okay. Zephyr and Nick are kind of standing in the doorway.
I push past them.
Okay.
See him
Move,
come
move,
towards
move.
it. I am moving
I see at the window.
backwards.
Okay.
Does the window look like it's been opened at all? Like, does it look fully like shut and like it hasn't been opened recently?
The window does not look like it has been disturbed at all.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of stand to the side a little bit, but keep looking out just in case whatever it is comes back.
Okay.
And any other envelopes in the apartment?
No envelopes in the apartment. You guys are so you come back out and you start looking around. Nicholas, what are you doing?
Eat the pizza.
Eating the pizza? You feel a tingling at the back of your neck, Nicholas. You feel like you sense something behind you. You guys see Nicholas. He's like brushing at his neck.
I would like to use eye for detail and do another perception check to spot a hidden creature or object
Where?
behind Nicholas.
Okay, go ahead.
16.
You do not see any creatures. There's no like shimmering air, nothing like that. There's nothing actually behind him.
Can I reach behind Nicholas
Yeah.
and try to see if there's anything that I feel?
Yep, you can. You do not
Yes.
feel any. So Nicholas, Reginald's like reaching toward your back.
Dude, this is my slice. Back off. Settle down.
What
Bam!
is going on? Why?
All of a sudden, you see what looks like a giant furry leg slam into the window, and then another one, and then another one, and another one. They're long and segmented and kind of furry and spindly.
Uh,
Oh
And-
my god. Are they
Do we all
spiders?
see this?
What's that?
Do we all see this?
Oh yeah, everybody sees this.
I'm just the pizza's gonna fall out of my mouth and drop to the floor.
And it starts crawling up the window somehow. And a spider of this size should not be able to crawl up the smooth glass on the outside of a window. And yet, another leg, another.
Close the
I-
door.
I start studying its movements.
Okay.
How big are they?
It's just one spider, and it hasn't even fully covered
Oh.
the window yet.
Oh.
And another leg, and another, and you're sure that you've counted past 8 at this point, and more legs keep coming, and you see a head kind of move into view, and there's at least a dozen eyes and ginormous mandibles. It's like, and it just lets out this kind of shriek, and
Giant shivers down my back.
as it does, hundreds of tiny spiders shoot out of its mouth and cover the window.
it's on the outside, right?
It is on the outside.
Close the door. Close the
And-
door. Close
and
the
you
door.
just
Close
hear-
the door.
You just hear.
I close the door.
Is Keel still inside?
This is
Pretty sure
Keel,
Keel
come
and
out.
Spooky are still-
Keel, come out. Keel and Zuki, come out, please. Come out of the room. Please come out of the room.
Oh no, it's the living room window where Nicholas was.
Oh, where we are.
I told you guys.
Thought this was the bedroom.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
no, my bad. No, this is the living room window,
Oh god.
Behind me.
which is why Nicholas,
die.
you know.
I would have died.
Can I look out the peephole to the front door?
Mhm.
Do I see anything out there?
No, you do not.
What are the tiny spiders doing?
They're all scratching at the window.
Now, when you say tiny, is this relative to the giant one or the actual tiny spiders?
Both. They're definitely tiny relative to the giant spider, but they are also fairly tiny spiders in and of themselves.
Okay,
Is there any?
I amend my
Yeah.
previous statement. Get in the room! Get in the room!
You
then
kind of
close
have
the door.
reinforced glass, Reggie, right? Like you've got strong window glass,
Tap, tap,
right?
tap. The window
The
is
same window or the?
vibrating. Yeah.
I'm clearly going to run behind Keel and the rest of them. I'm going to get as far into the other room as I possibly can.
Well, didn't we first hear the sound coming from the room?
Doesn't matter to me.
Brian, 23 insight check on it. I need a deception check
Okay.
from the giant spider.
Not 23.
All right. Is there any way to check to see if this is an illusion trying to get us out of the house?
Sure. You could go and
How
try
do I
and
do that?
interact with it or study it really closely.
I could try speaking with it, or see. The problem is I could detect magic on it, but I mean, if it's a magical being anyway, it's probably going to show up as magical. So, but if it's an illusion, it would also show up as magical.
It stops
So-
tapping on the window.
Want me to try and talk to it? I mean, I don't know if it can hear me through the window.
The way this night is going, yes. Zuki, please try talking to the giant spider outside my window.
I'm really good with animals. Don't worry.
Just as Zuki is getting ready to do it to walk over, the spider suddenly vomits forth some blackish fluid that just kind of sticks to the window.
Is it eating away at the window?
You want to go take a look?
Yep.
Okay, so Reg, you head over to take a look and see if it's eating away at the window.
Well, and Zuki's already
Somewhat.
over there, so
Close. Yes.
Okay, both of you give me an investigation check.
As soon as they go over to do that, I'm going to huddle into that dark room, and I'm going to scoot down by the door and cast Sanctuary on myself.
I'm actually moving over towards Kill
Okay,
and got my guitar in hand and everything and strumming a little tune,
okay,
but
good,
not
good.
doing anything with it yet.
18 investigation.
18. Zook?
10.
10. Okay, neither of you, so you guys like lean close to the window to try and figure out, is it eating away? And as you lean close, a leg pushes through the window without touching any. It's like the window doesn't break. It just comes through the blackish stuff, and you see a shimmer around the edge of the leg, and it's like feeling around, and it's like jabs in between you, and this giant hairy leg is like feeling around the room, and it finally makes contact with the floor, and dunk, tick, and it starts to edge through, and another leg.
I actually start singing about this time.
Okay, what are you doing?
Let's see. You will not bow, you will not break, you will save the world today. You will not fall, you will not fade, you will take the breath away. Fight! And cast heroism on Keel.
Okay.
The minute this thing gets through the door, I am going to take a shot at it.
Okay.
Because I'm not losing the security deposit on this apartment.
Okay, Zuki, what are you doing?
I was going to quickly cast Speak with Animals anyway and see if I could talk it down.
Okay.
So I cast Speak with Animals and I say, hello, friend. If you don't mean us harm, please speak now.
You don't understand.
Say that again. I didn't understand it.
Oh, wait. Wait, Brian, is this an approximation of a spider?
As a matter of fact, it is. There are too many legs, too many eyes, too many abdominal segments.
It's from the outside.
Yeah, well, it's still a beast. I thought maybe I could talk with it anyway. It was
Not if
worth a
it's-
try.
It was worth a try. Now let's kill it. Kill it with fire.
I don't have a lot of fire, but I could try to kill it with other things.
It's an expression, Zuki. Just murder the spider.
The second that Reggie says "kill it with fire," Keel casts Searing Smite and brings his hammer down right
Okay.
onto it.
Give me a d20.
That is a 20 to hit.
Okay, you hit.
All right, dealing. Let me get my dice. Math, sorry. 8 points of bludgeoning damage with 4 points of fire damage. On top. So a total of 12.
Okay, good. Zuki, what are you doing since you're also right near it?
I'd like to slash at one of it, the leg that's in front that just poked through.
Mhm.
I'd like to slash at that with my scimitar.
Okay,
So that is a 16 to hit
you hit.
and a 2 plus 3, 5.
Okay, so Keel smashes down with his hammer and throws this burning smite on and just devastates one of the legs. And then Zuki slices the other leg off that had come through the window. And you hear a shriek and it sounds like the shriek is kind of falling away.
Okay.
Can I see out the window at all? Or is
Yeah,
it just all black now?
the goop starts to clear, and you look down on the ground, and the thing is not there anymore.
You're welcome.
It sounded like it was falling, but you don't see it on the ground.
It seems to have run away.
Perception?
Haha. Nat 20.
Oh, can't
So
beat that.
you're looking down, and you're like, it. I know I heard it fall, but it's not down, and just something makes you look up, and you see a flying spider with too many legs and like an extra head, and it is just the most disturbing thing you've ever seen, and you just see it flying off into the distance, trailing some kind of black goop.
Reggie, it flies.
Oh, well, that's
She sounded
great.
a little too excited for me.
I've
Yes,
never
well-
seen a flying spider. This is really cool. I mean, it was scary and it was gross and it could probably have killed us, but it flies.
Yep, welcome to Zuki. This is her in all of her glory. Is there any of the black goop left?
No, there's not. It seems to have dissipated.
I want to look at my phone, at the symbol on my phone. Is it acting strangely, the picture of the medallion?
It is. It's pulsing a little bit. And as the black goop dissipates, it starts pulsing less. And then when the black goop goes away, it stops pulsing, and then about a minute later, the symbol changes again.
I'm out of words. I'm out of words. To fight vampires and giant spiders with freaking extra arms that fly through the air and an extra head climbing through the window. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't.
You guys look around, and Nicholas is still hiding in the other room.
Nick, you can come out. The spider's gone.
Nope.
Nick,
Nope.
what if I ordered more pizza?
Okay.
Can you get pineapple?
You want pineapple?
Well, pineapple pizza, yeah. Thank you.
Yes, I will order pineapple.
All right.
I devise a watch schedule and say, unfortunately, we're going to have to. This place is not safe. People are leaving manila envelopes, and spiders with freaking extra heads are coming in. So someone's going to have to be on guard.
Reggie, did I tell you about the note?
The note?
Oh, that's right. I got a note.
What note?
She pulls out the note that she got.
What is the note?
I got a note. It might have been from my mom, but I don't know. It's all very confusing. I'm getting some conflicting information at the moment. Because supposedly she's in a sleeping beauty coma of some sort. But then I got a note that I assumed might have been from her.
Oh, well, 2 seconds, please. And he pours a very large whiskey, just a very large cup, and I offer it around to everyone else. Does anyone else want some?
Yes.
I pour a glass for Keel. Zephyr, how old are you? You don't look like you can drink yet.
I'm actually playing on my guitar and everything, and just kind of humming to myself. And
all right.
look, he's crawling up the wall.
Oh no.
Black and hairy, not real small.
Nope.
Shut it.
Now he's up above my head. What? No, not for me.
All right.
Boris the spider. Boris the spider.
You all right there, Nick?
All right, Zuki. Let's see the note.
So I show him the note. Just so you guys know, the note said, okay, it was on parchment and it was handwritten. And it said, "We've been apart far too long. I miss you terribly. Hopefully we can find a way to be together again." And then it just said M.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was for me to Keel. Sorry.
Oh. Problem solved. There we are. Mystery closed.
Check.
No, really? Really? Was it?
Oh, why would I?
Brian, do I recognize the script on this?
You do not.
All right. Is there anything interesting about this particular letter?
Well, I mean, the script is very flowing and flowery, very elegant. Clearly, a deft hand wrote it.
Oh.
But I've been thinking about this
All right.
because now that I have more information, it occurred to me when I got introduced to my mom, who's been apparently, according to the Winter Court, in a kind of coma for 12 years. If that is correct, and apparently they can't lie, so it's got to be somewhat correct, then M might be somebody else. And I thought perhaps there was the chance that it might be somebody else's name who starts with an M. And the only people we know that have been in that room, other than us, whose name starts with an M, is a certain summer elf whose name also happens to start with an M. So this may have been his own elaborate prank that's just not funny.
Can I do an Arcana check on the letter?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Just to see if there's any magic coming off of it, if it seems to be like manifested as a ruse of some sort, maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, 21 total.
No, there's nothing innately magical about it that you can see. But go ahead.
I don't know if you want to RP this, but all of our weapons and stuff that you normally see when you cast Detect Magic, they're probably going off. But also, would he see the glow from my pocket?
No, he's not. He's doing an Arcana check, not a Detect Magic.
Oh, I thought he was doing Detect Magic.
No, Arcana
Okay.
check.
Yeah.
Reggie, he would have to tell me if he wrote it and I asked him, correct?
On the third time, and he would probably skate around it as much as he could. But yes, fairies can't lie per se.
Because I thought at some point he and I would probably end up having a conversation, and that might be an important thing to bring up.
Yes, probably. Oh, I'm going to put this on Front Street. I was a little pissed off and I I picked his pocket. But I'm not going to lie to all of you. He had a little pouch in his pocket, and we all agree that he's like Mothra, King of the Douches. So I picked his pocket. I'm not apologizing. Do we want to see what I found?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I take the pouch out that I had taken from Mothra.
Okay.
And
It feels. It feels like there's
Okay.
something weighty inside.
okay. Pointing it away from me, I open the pouch.
Yes, show everybody your pouch.
It looks like something wrapped in a piece of parchment.
I take it out of the parchment.
Okay, it's a rock.
Is there anything written on the parchment?
As a matter of fact, there is. You can actually hear the voice as you read it. It says,
God.
"Nice try, dear boy, but you must be more nimble than that." And it has a little smiley face at the end and a heart.
Hey, you guys.
Oh, he loves
Oh,
you.
compare the handwriting.
Yep, I got a rock, but we get to compare handwriting, so thank you for the gift.
Is it a pet rock?
You compare the handwriting; it does not match.
Sorry, Zuki.
Does the paper match?
Give me an investigation.
Can I assist so he gets advantage on this?
Yes.
Come on, Nikki.
I'll roll another dice. That way it's sailing across the room.
You'll get it at the break.
Sail.
Okay, 22.
22.
Plus 6.
While it is not the same exact paper, it does seem to be a similar style of paper. And as you look at it more, it seems an unusual paper. It's not a paper that you've seen before, this parchment. You don't feel like you could go down to, say, Papyrus, the fancy card shop, and just buy parchment like this.
Guys, this is pretty good paper.
Is there one that's distinctly more summer related?
I don't know that you would say whether it was summer related or not, but I mean, you would certainly. It definitely has an unearthly quality to it.
Suki, lick it. See what it tastes like.
She likes it.
It tastes. It tastes like paper.
If we hadn't already named this episode, it would be paper and pizza.
No, I prefer Suki, lick it.
All right. Well, it seems like we're going to eat pizza. We're going to drink whiskey. We're going to talk to, try to organize a meeting or find out information about the one group we haven't done any information seeking on. And then following Nicholas's idea that perhaps this group is communicating with the outsiders based on some sort of delivery of power. And then we will go from there. Unless anyone else has any sort of vendetta, or other ideas. There's karaoke down the street. We could go to karaoke.
I do want to say this. There's something super freaky with these elven courts. They are clearly dishonest to us in particular. And by us in particular, I mean me. And that's shady. That's not right.
Why do you say they're being dishonest, particularly to you?
I still hold a grudge. I'm still angry at them. Wasted all that time and got nothing. And she got apparently every answer she wanted. I'm a little annoyed with that.
Do you think that you might have gotten a truthful answer, but you've gotten too many answers that were not truthful that you believed? Maybe they were telling you the truth after all?
If I could squint more, I would. I would really really hard. So for all of their things to be right, my mom would have to be lying. Jerry would have to be lying. My mom would have to be lying. So, yeah.
Oh, and no parent has ever lied to their children.
Not to be mean, but how would you know?
Oh.
Shots fired.
All right. Oh.
Zuki walks into Reggie's room and
excuses.
slams the door.
Oh, God. Zuki, no tigers in the house. No tigers in the house. I need you to say through the door, I will not turn into a tiger in the house.
Out of character. That was out of being, one, scared by the spiders, 2, being annoyed, and 3, just totally not having anywhere to go with that.
Oh, you're fine.
No, never
No
apologize. No.
justification needed. That was brilliant.
Yeah, no, that was good
Zuki
stuff.
yells through the door, I'm not making any promises.
I gotta play the character.
And then
Absolutely.
she growls in her best imitation of a tiger, but she hasn't actually turned into a tiger.
It would be
I think
scary.
we're
I
I think we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. This is fine. We're fine. Maybe if I say that enough, I'll believe it. This is fine.
If you say it 3 times, it's true.
This is fine.
But we're not elves, so
That's true.
No.
Zuki's looking around the room and thinking, and she says, "Hey Reggie,
Yes,
you
my
got
dear.
any cans? You got any cans of Raid?"
Yes. Let me check under the sink.
All right.
While they're looking for this, Zephyr pipes up on with the whole what we're doing tomorrow and says, I've got something tomorrow at about 11 that I need to take care of. But I don't know if it'll be that long. I just need to let you know.
Do you want us to come with you?
No. This is something I need to take care of on my own.
Zuki, I'll be in there in a second. And Reginald walks over Zephyr and says, "You've been with us a small amount of time, and I want you to be around longer. So just be careful tomorrow."
I will. And I shouldn't be in any danger at all. It's just something that I have to take care of. I've put it off for way too long.
I understand.
Did I hear them talking about that? Can we all hear the conversation?
I'm not trying to be quiet. I probably lowered my voice just a little bit when Reggie came over, but I haven't been trying to hide anything.
Okay. Well, just as a point of order, I think it's probably best if Keo were to shadow along with you. I know he can hang back, but I don't think it's good for any of us to be by ourselves. I don't care where you're going or what you're doing. You should probably take the big guy with you.
I would feel better.
I would too, but it's totally up to you, Zephyr. If you want me there, I'll be there. If not, I respect that.
Could I interest you in a cockroach?
No, that the cockroach wouldn't work. If Keel really wants to come along, that's fine, but I will have to be on my own for probably about an hour.
All right.
If he'll have to wait outside. This has to be something I do on my own.
Well, we're not going to get maudlin or anything like that, but all know now that at one time in my life I was a father. So call me when you get there and call me when you leave. All right?
Do you have a pen?
Yes.
Okay, I get the number from you.
Oh no,
Yeah,
wait!
write it
I have a business card. Now it's not all black, but I'm thinking about going this new direction when I get them reprinted. But I give you a little business card.
Should be
So
red.
just-
Should be red.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, seriously, you're with us.
Thank you. And he takes the card and he slips it into his coat.
Yeah, I walk over to the bedroom and give it a small knock.
I open the door.
Yeah, sorry, wasn't able to find any raid. I checked.
I walk out of the room over towards kind of his kitchen area. And I say really, really quietly to him, I think somebody's listening in on us. Or I suspect, there's a possibility, but maybe we can do something about that.
Yeah, I figured that might be the case when years ago you forbid me from having any sort of bug-killing things in my apartment. So how do you want to handle this?
I think that I need to talk to Lord Mothra.
So you need to go somewhere safe to know you're not being listened in on?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Because there's a possibility that there's something in the room, but there's also the possibility that he's sharing information.
Yes.
So I need to talk in the room without him there.
All right.
But I guess I need to talk with him somewhere else.
You could try that.
Where should I go?
Do I know of any places? I'm talking about warded places, Brian. Like safe spots.
Yeah, one blew up.
We had one, but I mean, it's not it can't be the only.
No, I mean you were at another one.
Gray's coffee shop.
Yeah, the magic shop.
Yeah.
How
do you
far
feel?
away is that? And how late is it tonight?
Oh, it's past midnight at this point.
Breakfast tomorrow.
Okay.
He seems like the kind of douchey elf that would have like an 8-page long coffee order.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so you guys set up your watch schedule and turn in for the night?
Yeah, I will take first watch if anyone wants to join.
It's been a long
But
day.
Yeah, I will take it. I will take it alone.
And Zephyr, take a quick look at your Discord chat, if you would.
That I will.
All right, so let's see. The night passes uneventfully. Everybody actually gets a decent night's sleep for a change. No disturbing visions or dreams. Everything seems reasonably quiet. And when you wake up, you feel stronger, more powerful than you did in the past. You might say you've reached a new level of consciousness.
Oh!
So everybody is now level 4. Which means you at home may see some new feats or some new abilities or some slightly different powers coming from these guys.
Updating now. I want to take the rock that we got and draw little eyes on it
Okay.
and little fangs.
Okay.
And just take him with us.
Very good.
Any suggestions, gang, on our pet rock's name?
Boris.
Douchebag.
It's got to be Boris.
Boris? Boris the pet rock?
That's
All right.
that's the one.
Oh, good. Boris the pet rock. Zuki, you're always telling me I needed to get a pet, so there you are.
Yay. Doesn't eat much.
No, and he doesn't whiz on the carpet. All right. Next morning, Zuki, do you want an escort there? And I assume it's early enough that Zephyr, your appointment's not till 11, correct?
Actually, he turns to Keel and says, "Could I use your phone again?"
Yeah,
and requests the phone. And he takes and he goes, I'll just be a moment. And he steps out into the hallway.
Okay. Same call?
Making the same call.
Okay. Hello?
Mom, it's me.
Oh, are you all right?
I'm fine. Really nothing to worry about, but I did want to come and take you up on tea.
Oh, good. When and where?
Does 11 work for you?
I will make it work.
And just at home, is Dad at home?
He is resting. Perhaps I should meet you somewhere.
How about at the Starbucks? They serve tea.
Yes, I will meet you there.
Okay. That'll be fine.
I will see you soon. I am so glad to hear your voice.
Me too, Mom. Me too. And I hang up.
Okay.
By the way, love the accent.
Thank you. Thank you.
If for anybody that doesn't know, she's Chinese, and so
She's a small Asian woman, yes. Which, you know, I'm sure all of you picture me when you think small Asian woman, so this is good.
You're usually my go-to. I'm like, Brian Weissman, that's your small Asian woman.
That's right. It is. And so, you're welcome. All right. So Zephyr comes back in, hands Keel back his phone.
yep.
Keel, you doing anything you want to do?
Not at the time.
Okay. So, Zuki, are you going to head off to the coffee shop above the magic shop?
Yes.
Solo, or are you going with anyone?
It's pretty close, right?
Yeah, it's not too far away.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose I could do that and just stay in really open areas. I'm going to be careful.
Okay.
Just because we got kidnapped by vampires last night, so I'd really prefer not to have a repeat performance.
Fortunately, they don't
Plus,
like the
someone
daylight,
once
so...
recommended a while ago about not splitting the party, so, you know, technically that's what I'm doing, so I guess I'm going to be careful.
And Zephyr, you're going to head off to Starbucks?
Gonna head off to Starbucks with Keel in tow, it looks like.
Okay. Nick and Reg, what are you guys going to do while this is going on?
I don't know. Why don't Zuki? Do you want company first? Do you want to? Would it be better if you were by yourself? It'd probably be better, wouldn't it?
I feel like there's a good chance if you're there that things will turn out differently than they would if it were just me.
Yes, I will. I will definitely say something wrong. You're absolutely correct. So, yeah, I will. I will try not to split the party too greatly. Nick, do you want to go to work and sort of check in with them? I'm happy to go with you there, unless you have that covered. We could just stay here at the apartment.
Yeah, let's. If you don't mind, let's check in at the hospital, and we can see if there's anything that's been going on, maybe some odd occurrences, and then I can talk with my supervisor, get a little quick touch in there, and then maybe you and I can hit that bookstore. Yeah, cult bookstore.
Yes.
And we can do a little bit of research or grab something that might help us out.
Yes, you will love this bookstore. Barnes and Noble, it is not, but it has its own rustic charm.
Excellent.
It's called Bob's Ignoble, is what it is. It's
Bob's. Yes. Bob's Ignoble.
That's canon now, isn't it?
Down.
That's canon.
It is. It is so canon.
Got to be careful about joking with these guys. All right, so we'll start with Zuki at the coffee shop. You make your way there, and
She finds a quiet corner somewhere where it doesn't look like there's a lot of people, and she says his name 3 times.
my dear, we have got to stop meeting like this. You have exceeded my wildest expectations. I mean that in the kindest way possible. Tell me.
I wanted to thank you for your help.
Oh, you are so welcome.
I found a note on my bed the other night. Did you write that?
A note? I did not.
She pulls out the note.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this note? Did you write it or did you place it here?
No, I did neither. But do hold it up.
She holds it up.
And he studies it. Can you hold it to the light, dear?
He won't touch it? Is he deliberately trying not to touch it?
You're just seeing like an image of him. He hasn't physically manifested. He's just...
Oh, okay.
You're just seeing the floating head. He hasn't come to visit you yet. Unless you ask him to.
All right,
Did you want him to come visit?
I didn't realize that. Now, every other time, has he physically manifested?
No, he's been a floating head until you said that you needed his help and asked him to come. And then he somehow appeared.
I didn't realize that. Okay. No, that's okay. That's all right. Um, yeah, no, I hold it up a little bit more.
Okay. He says, "Oh, are we having tea?"
We are. Well, I am. I mean, obviously you can't. I mean, you're not really here.
And he reaches off to the side and he holds up a little cup. He says, "Now I can." He says, "This is the finest thistle tea summer has to offer. You must try it sometime." And he sips it daintily
Oh,
and puts
thank
it
you.
down.
Um, so yeah, so you have never seen this note before today?
"I have never seen this note before today. That is correct. But," and as you like hold it up and you're turning it, when it catches the light a certain way, there are uh, imperfections in the paper.
Can I do would that be a perception or an investigation to see if I know, if I recognize what that is or anything more about it?
You could do an investigation.
I could. 5 plus 1. That's a 6.
You know, this isn't anything you've ever seen before. You've never seen paper do anything
No.
like this.
So it basically looks otherworldly or like not
Yeah.
from like I went down to the paper store.
It
Okay.
almost it seems like it's reacting to the light.
Okay. Reacting like listening or reacting
You're
how
not
so?
you're not sure. It just when you held it up to the light, it had a different quality to it.
This is going to sound kind of blunt, but have you been listening in on me or spying on me in any way?
Good heavens, no. Why on earth would I spy on you, child?
Because I feel like some of the information that I'm giving is going in other places. And granted, the Winter Court has been talking with me a lot, and I'm not quite sure why they would have so much interest. And I feel like you've helped me out and you've been someone I could trust. So I'm not quite sure how to handle that situation with the Winter Court.
Summer is generally a more trustworthy season than winter. We're warmer and more friendly.
But you still meet and you talk together and you have
Oh, we must.
communications.
It is the rules. And in their season they are ascendant, and in our season we are ascendant. It is a cycle.
So have you been talking with them about me?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. There is nothing that I would say to them about you, and I suspect nothing they would say to me about you.
So then why would both of you be so interested in talking to me?
That is the question, isn't it? You are a very interesting person with a very interesting heritage. And while Zuki is mulling this over, we will head over to Zephyr at his coffee shop. Or at Starbucks, I should say, more specifically.
Okay, come to the Starbucks and I turn to Kill and say, "Do you mind holding back?"
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hang it out here for a little bit.
And so you're just going to kind of lean up against the wall outside the door?
I'll go in first, grab myself a coffee, and then
Okay.
nonchalantly sit at an outside table.
You looking around for anything in particular?
Just want to position myself in a way to where I can keep Zephyr in my sights.
Okay.
Just through the glass, so that I'm not imposing anything.
Okay. So you head on in?
I head on in and look around, see if I can see my mom.
Yep, you do. You see him head over to the table, to a table where there's a slight older Asian woman sitting. She looks attractive but mature. She's not as young as you guys are. And you can see, looking at her from this distance, you can see some resemblance to Zephyr in her features.
Probably the height. Just kidding.
She gets up and throws her arms around you when you come over.
Okay, and I throw my arms around her and have to stifle kind of a little sob and everything, and do my best to do that.
You feel a little bit of wetness through your shirt.
Okay. And and I say, Mom, Mom,
Yeah, yes. She wipes her eyes. She says, I thought I had lost you forever.
and I nod my head towards the chairs and actually hold hers for her as she sits
Okay,
down,
she sits down.
and I sit across from her,
Okay.
and we start speaking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
You need not apologize. We have been over this already.
Yeah, but Father, what did I do?
It, you lashed out with your power, and you struck him, and he was hurt, but he will recover. He is working from a bed at home. Uh, he hit his head very badly, but he will be
Well,
all right.
you're talking of power. I thought my power came from him.
His power is different from your power, but you do get your specialness from him.
So you've known this all along.
I knew you were different, but I did not know how. I would have told you if I knew. You know that.
Of course, you would have.
Zephyr,
What?
make a perception check for me.
My eyes are closed and I'm humming to myself just to make sure I don't hear anything. I rolled a 2. Let's see, but I do get, I think it's +5. No, +3. So I got a 5.
Yeah, no, all right. This is fine. Okay.
So I believe her.
No, that's not what that was for, but that's okay.
Okay. And I ask her, well, how long have you known of these things?
How long have I known that you were different?
Yes.
Your
I don't
whole,
understand.
your whole life.
And so
Your
Father confided in you in the Fey world and everything?
He could not hide it. He is fully Fey. He is not a half-born like you. He is full.
Could you have not told me?
We wanted to protect you. We wanted to keep you out of that life. If we
Well,
kept
I'm
you off
not
their
out of the
radar.
life.
I see that now. I wish I had known. I wish I had told you. All of a sudden, she stops short, and she gets a pained look on her face.
And I turn around to, assuming, is she looking beyond me or?
No, no. She's like, her eyes are locked with yours, and suddenly her chest lurches forward, and you see a spindly, hairy leg stick out through her chest, and that is where we're going to take our break.
What?
What?
Son of a biscuit.
All right.
Ryan.
So, folks, we're going to take a short
Bad.
break right now. I would just like to remind you of how cool this is. For those of you who came late, this is my Father's Day present that my amazing daughter Maya and her boyfriend Carl made for me. You guys rock. You all out there in our audience rock. We will be back in about 5 minutes. We will see you soon.
No, we didn't.
No.
No. No,
Killing me, man.
I'm pretty sure it was Zuki's turn.
okay, yes.
See, I did have my mic muted. Apparently not for the players, though. I just had it muted for you here in the audience. Thank you, Fire. What I was saying is, welcome back from the break. Thought my mic was muted, but my players heard me saying some fairly evil things, and I didn't give any big secrets away. But we were going to pick up from the action where we left off, and I believe it was Reginald and Nicholas, and they were objecting somewhat. But I'm fairly certain that's where we left. So,
Okay.
Reg, Nick, what are you guys doing?
Reginald turns to Nicholas and be like, well, this is boring. I'm so glad we handled everything that we had to handle.
Yeah.
No.
I'm so glad I checked in. I'm glad that we got that. Oh, by the way, they gave us that little bit of information about the thing, which we'll share with the rest of the group later when
That's
we're all
great.
together.
Congratulations on your promotion that allows you to work from home.
Well,
As a nurse,
it's
yes.
not really at home. I just go in when I need to go in.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
It's kind of like a real job.
So,
Yeah.
were you looking for any kind of information at the hospital?
I wanted to check in and readjust my schedule to get some additional time
Okay.
and see if there were any strange occurrences. Because I have kind of a network of friends who look and let me know about weird things that happen.
Now you kind of go in, and one of your friends happens to be on duty, and it's like, Nick, man, where you been?
All right, John. First off, slow your roll.
No,
What?
dude, there is some weird shit going down.
Oh God, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. This area is restricted. Hospital personnel
No.
only.
He's actually a medical examiner from one state over.
Oh,
Yes.
I've been doing some residual work, so it's nothing you need to concern yourself with.
well, medical examiner. We may have use of his services. They, bring him along. Bring him along.
Yeah. Yes. Excellent.
And
All right.
he leads you guys through the hospital, and down a back flight of stairs, and you guys go down and down, and eventually you're in the basement, and he brings you to the morgue.
Well, this is the obvious problem is this man is dead.
John,
Jesus.
what's the info?
And he walks over and he pulls open a drawer, and there is a guy there who's dead, but there's like, he looks like he's been dead a long time. There's a lot of weird decomposition lines, but he's not decomposed evenly. He's like decomposed in areas of his body.
Can I do an investigation check?
You can certainly try.
All right. I will try to do an investigation check.
John, do you have his chart, John?
Yeah, hang on. And he goes and he grabs a chart. He says, "What do you make of this, Doc?"
It's a 17.
You're looking at it, and I mean, you've seen necrotic damage before, and this looks like necrotic damage.
I've seen a particular type of damage before, and it looks like this particular type of damage.
I'm gonna take the folder and turn it right side up and show. I'm sorry, you had it upside down.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
sorry. Was it
well,
upside down there? Is that better?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, that's much better. That's good. Okay. What type of necrotic? Like just any sort of attack, or similar to the attack that I received from the amulet?
You might say similar to the type you received from the amulet. That would be.
All right.
Hey, John, when did this guy come in?
Last night.
It doesn't say any details about where he's from. Do we know anything?
No, I mean, he didn't have any ID on him. And I mean, he's way too rotted to have been killed last night. But
Who brought him in?
it was the damnedest thing. He just they found him like just a couple blocks from here, like outside a bar.
So the cops brought him in?
Yeah.
Do you know the name of the bar?
I don't know. It was like Mike's old time tavern or some shit like that. I don't know. Just
Mike's Old Time Tavern.
there's lots of bars around here.
Anything else going
Yeah.
on, John? Anything else pop up the same night?
He closes the drawer, opens another one for a similarly dead person, and then he pulls another one open and another.
These are all from the same bar.
No, they're not. They've just started cropping up since about 3 nights ago.
Grab me their files too, and then
He grabs you the files.
Can you give me and Franklin here a minute or two?
Well, did you want to see the rest of it?
There's more.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is
lay
weird.
Lay all your cards on the table. I don't need this one at a time. Give it to me. I can take it.
He closes the drawers, and then he opens up a couple of other drawers, and you see some other people that are dead, but don't look like they have any visible signs of damage on their bodies at all. And they look fairly young and healthy.
Tattoos.
No tattoos.
This is important. When you found these bodies, what was the determined cause of death?
Have they performed autopsies yet?
Yeah, we did. That's the weird thing. The symptoms are the equivalent of like a drug overdose of something like ecstasy or some other kind of euphoric drug, but there were no drugs in their bloodstream at all. But the systemic effects, the heart shut down and the brain function, all tracks that. But there's no drugs in their bloodstream.
All right. So these last ones, are those like the guys that you saw about 3 months ago? It was a couple that came in like that. Are these? It was the same thing.
I'm not sure. Maybe. I'd have to go back and look.
All right. Yeah, let me get the files. Can you give us just a minute or two?
Yeah, sure. But you told me to tell you when weird stuff happened, and
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. Just give us a room for a minute.
all right.
Kind of keep an eye on the door. Let me know if anybody's coming.
You got it. And he heads out to the door.
I'm gonna say kind of like so that he can kind of hear me as he walks. So Franklin, what do you think of this stuff?
Yes, I am Franklin. That's my name.
Right.
It's a solid name, Franklin. I love it.
Respectable.
Very British.
Yes. Well, it's short for Franklinite. I don't know. What
Right.
is he on yet?
Take a picture of the files.
Yes, all right, fine. And I start snapping photos of the files and looking at it. Have I ever encountered this in the field? This euphoric? Is this like vampire saliva?
No, this is not. This is new.
All right. Can I take a blood sample? I mean, do they have?
It'll have all the information. It'll have this stuff in the file. We can just take the file and
Okay.
it'll have the autopsy report.
Yeah.
So just photograph
Right.
the files, and we can't take the files. That'll be missed.
Yeah, I will. I will take copies of the files. I'll take
Okay.
photos and then bring them home, and then we will have a fun night of investigation and checking this
Okay.
out. Do they have any marks on them? These bodies that died of euphoria?
The
do
autopsy
not.
report will give us all of that.
All right.
But they don't. They
Understood.
do not.
All right.
All right, let's head back over to Zuki.
Yep.
So, all right. Do I need to? I'm feeling like he's being honest with me. Like I don't need to do this 3 times thing because that could get a little bit tiresome.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do an insight check on whether he seems to be upfront and I'm not having to play the I have to ask him everything 3 times game?
Sure.
Okay. That's not a great way to find it out. 6 plus insight 13.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's playing straight. He seems like he's having too much fun with the wordplay and the joust to actually be deceiving you.
Okay.
He seems like he's having more fun looking for the gray while being as honest as possible.
Can you tell me what happened with my mother?
Your mother? I'm afraid you have me at a loss. I don't believe she and I are acquainted. I'm sure if she's your mother, she's a lovely woman, though.
I saw her.
Oh, wonderful. I assume the way you say it that is wonderful, because most people see their mothers often. I see mine far too often, but I suspect that my relationship with my mother is very different than yours with your mother.
Quite. She's apparently been in a coma for 12 years.
Oh, oh dear. You have my sympathies.
That was caused by a member of the summer court. Do you know anything about that?
A coma, you say? I do not.
Well, it might not be a coma, but she's certainly lying there unresponsive and cold, alive, but
Cold?
practically dead.
Cold hardly sounds like a summer enchantment to me.
Well, then why would the Winter Court say that she jumped in front of an attack on my father and ended up in this state?
Ah, that is different. So you're saying she was not the target of the enchantment?
No. According to them, she was not.
And who is your father, dear?
Well, you gave me a name.
I did.
Duramir, correct? Yeah, the name that you gave me was Lord Duramir.
Yes. But I
So
want to
then
know...
why are you asking me who my father is if you know who my father is?
Because I want to know if you know who your father is.
Well, Winter has given me another name.
Oh.
And I'd be happy to share that with you. What are you going to share with me?
Ah, you are learning. What would you have for that name?
There's information that you're hiding from me about him, and I'd like to know what it is.
That is worth considerably more than a name, but I could certainly give you a taste.
Okay, that's a start.
As a show of good faith, I will even go first. Your father...
Oh, that was Go ahead.
Oh, yes?
Thank you. Thank you for the show of good faith. That's what I meant to say.
I'm sure it is, dear. So, your father regularly walks the material plane as
Meaning
part
here?
of his duties. Yes. Yes, he does. That is worthy information, is it not?
As part of his duties? His duties to whom?
Ah, that's a separate question, isn't it? I believe I am owed something for that information?
That wasn't very much information.
Did you know that he walked your world?
I was actually told something to the contrary.
You were told something to the... What were you told, dear? Specifically.
Well, that he apparently had a bit of a falling out with a group here, and so was more limited in what he was able to do.
Were you told that he was never setting foot on this world? Or were you told that he was forbidden from setting foot in the world? The two are
No,
not
I don't
the
believe I
same.
was told either of those things. But I guess I just gave you more information, didn't I?
And I gave you more. I helped you see the gray between the words, did I not? How it can be a truth and yet not a truth at the same time. I gave you insight into our ways. That is very valuable. I am owed my name, child.
What do you know about the name Wodith Ale?
Ah, that name makes sense. Great hero of the people. From Winter's perspective, it is an apt name.
From your perspective, how might it be different?
Now that is an entirely different conversation. And we're going to switch back
You
over
know,
to Zephyr
Yes.
in the coffee shop. Clockwise one.
Likewise, one.
Sorry, that's a Foursquare reference for us improv people out there.
Okay. As soon as I see this foot coming out from her chest, I'm gonna attempt to leap backwards away from the table,
Okay.
making sure I have hold of my guitar on the
Okay.
way.
Keel, you see Zephyr leap back from the table.
I'm gonna stand up in a rated position and kind of see what's going on.
Okay. Perception check for me.
See, that is a total of 13.
13. Zephyr, go ahead and give me acrobatics as you try to leap back away.
Because I'm so good at acrobatics. Actually, I am good at acrobatics, except not today. Rolled a 4 plus
Oof.
6 gives me 10.
Well, 10 is good enough to not fall on your ass, but you do, as you leap back, you knock the chair over and stagger back from the table. And
Okay.
Keel, from outside, you see a lot of people turn and stare at Zephyr.
Can I make out what he's backing away from?
From this angle, it seems like he's kind of blocking you a little bit.
Okay, then I'll make my way inside because it looks like there's something going on.
Okay. You make your way inside, and you kind of look around, and you see him backing away from a small, concerned-looking Asian woman.
Just kind of watch. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Zephyr, what do you do?
Well, is this small Asian woman with the hairy leg coming out of her chest doing anything at the moment?
She seems like she's gasping or choking, and you can see blood welling up out of her mouth and just kind of trickling down the corner of her mouth.
Does
Oh,
Keel see any of that?
Nope.
No.
I'm almost paralyzed right now just seeing this, and I'm living in a world of shock.
Okay.
I don't even know if I have enough mind to disbelieve what I'm seeing.
Zephyr seems frozen in place.
Sensing something weird's going on. I'm going to use my divine sense to try and read the room.
Okay.
See if I get anything.
You are picking up faint faint energy of not exactly fiendish, but sort of fiendish nature. It's definitely not a flavor you've felt before, but it's dissipating.
Okay. I don't want to make myself known yet, but I'm going to attempt to move myself into Zephyr's line of sight.
Okay. Out of your periphery, you see Keel kind of moving in. He doesn't seem like he's headed toward Mom at all, though.
Okay, I do a quick glance at him and immediately turn back to Mom, seeing if is this leg coming out any farther? Is it?
It seems it's retracting, and you see her slump forward, face down on the table.
I actually gathering myself, head back towards the table and I think to do a quick cure wounds on her.
Okay. You see him. You see him reach over to this very confused-looking woman who's she's leaning back because he's freaking her out a little bit as he reaches a glowing hand toward her, and she's saying, "Son, what are you doing? Stop!"
I'm going to make my way through the crowd and basically grab Zephyr and kind of try and shake him back into reality because he's using magic in front of all these non-magical people.
Yep, Zephyr, give me an intelligence save.
15, no plus it's 15.
Okay. As he shakes you, your vision kind of clears and you feel like a cloud is lifted from your mind. And you look back and your mom is fine. I mean, not fine. She's like looking kind of shocked and a little afraid and leaning away from you, but otherwise unharmed.
Uh, yeah, I shake my head and look around, trying to grasp. Is she looks fine, no blood or anything,
Nope, no blood.
and I don't know if I can hold the spell back or if I've already cast it.
No, you were just in the process.
Okay, and and what happened? What was that?
Before Keel answers, he wants to take a look around the room. And are all eyes on Zephyr right now at this moment?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He'll just whisper, "We gotta go. We gotta go right now."
I
And
can't.
begin to start dragging him towards the door.
I try to resist.
All right. That will be contested athletics checks.
Yeah. 19.
Ooh.
Ooh. Too bad I got a 22.
Oh. And he drags you out,
And I'm yelling, "Mother!"
she says, "We will talk later. Be careful." And she just
And
she looks really worried and afraid.
and I just completely give up in Keel's grasp and,
All right.
and let him pull me.
And
We're gonna head straight back to Reggie's apartment.
okay. All right. So Nick and Reg, where are you guys off to now?
Ye old Bob's ignoble.
Bob's ignoble, absolutely.
Bob Signobo.
Yes, the it's a one of those rare and used bookstore type of places with kind of the wooden sign hanging from a chain outside, and the the placard that says Bob's ignoble has a man, the face of a man, looking very smug, with a very pencil thin mustache on it, and he's wearing an ascot, and he's got a kind of a cheeky expression on his face.
Have I met him before? Am I a local customer of Bob's Ignoble?
You know that that's not the actual proprietor of the
It's
shop.
just the mascot.
It is
Yeah.
the mascot Bob of Bob's Ignoble.
What a clever mascot. I feel like I've seen him before.
Perhaps.
Yes, we go inside.
Okay. Gling, gling, gling.
Hello?
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, yes, good sir.
Yes.
I have brought my friend Nicholas here. I am a frequent customer here of Bob's Ignoble.
Yes.
And
Nicholas.
yes, and I appreciate you accommodating me and getting me a frequent buyer card. I still have the post-it note that you wrote in crayon, frequent buyer.
Yes,
So,
and,
thank
and,
you.
and the X's. I put the X's on them. I believe I put 3 last time.
You did. The X's mean nothing, but I'm still appreciative.
It means something to me, but I mean, if you want to just dismiss my hard work, that's fine. I
No,
understand. No, it's fine. What can I do for you? You want the room again, the private room in the back for perusing the old books again, I suppose.
Rich,
Yes.
how about,
Yes.
whoa, let's not talk about that.
The room in no, Nicholas. It's the room in the back is for perusing books.
Right.
It's not.
It's a book.
Right.
It's not
Where
like
you get this
dirty
one?
books.
It's a regular
It-
bookshop. I mean, we got. I mean, no, it's not regular. I mean, we got some different books, but not like what you mean.
With private viewings.
Well, these aren't the kind of books that you want to just be reading around anyone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I've heard of him.
I don't think he knows what I mean, Reginald.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He looks like a Shiza fan.
Nicholas, please just tell the nice bookstore worker what books you're looking for.
Okay, so we're gonna need books on the in-between. I need books on
The in-between, what is that? Like Stranger Things or something like that?
What is this guy's name? I've met him before, correct?
Yes, it's Cornelius.
Oh my God, Brian, you evil genius. Yes, of course it's Cornelius. Cornelius, no. I'm looking for theoretical books that discuss in between the planes.
Oh, you mean like planar topology and things like that, yeah?
Yes, planar topology, things like that.
Well, let me think. Hang on. Let me check in the computer. And he goes and he pulls a box out from under the desk and he flips the box open and it's just full of cards. He starts rummaging through. No.
It's one of his favorite jokes, Nick, the computer gag. He doesn't.
Yeah,
No.
it's still not funny if you explain it.
Yeah.
Jokes are always funnier if you explain them.
No, you're funny. You're funny. Him explaining it was not funny.
Oh, all right, I see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one might be good. This one is Cognizant's Guide to Planar Realities.
All right.
That'll be on the seventh shelf and third shelf up. Seventh stack, third shelf up. Yeah, is it called Bring It Back With Me?
All right. Also,
Yeah.
I need information on necrotic spells, necrotic damage, and let's see.
Hang on. What do you think this place is? This
He
ain't,
said you were the best.
I know I am, but I ain't gonna carry nothing with the dark arts.
I don't need to perform them. I need information on them.
Oh, well, that's different. So you're more looking at like, I don't know, a medical practitioner's guide or something like
Cause,
that.
effects, yes. Symptoms.
So you've been rotted away by a phage, that sort of thing.
As detailed as you can get, yeah.
All right. So the flesh has been flayed from your bones and slowly dissolved by a phage or other extra-dimensional being. Something like that. That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah, if you have volume 2 of that, I've seen the first one.
Oh, have you? Oh, all right. I'll see what I can find. And he starts rummaging back in the box again. And he says, here's a book that has a couple chapters on dealing with otherworldly energies. Not the basic elements, but the weird shit, Yeah.
Also, do you have anything on extra-dimensional linguistics?
Extra-dimensional linguistics. Well, I guess it would depend on what plane you're
Planar.
talking about, wouldn't it?
Multiplanar linguistics, maybe a codex or a...
Oh, yeah, I got the interdimensional Rosetta
Yep.
Stone behind the desk here. Hang on, let me just lift it up for you.
Thanks. Much appreciated.
All you gotta do is lick it, and you can speak any language. And he goes and he pulls a big paperweight up and just sits it on the counter.
Reg?
Hmm?
The part where you
Oh, I'm sorry.
participate.
Oh, I'm just
It's a licking
enthralled.
stone.
Enthralled with this entire interaction. I'm just over there looking at the latest Stephen King novel that's over on the wall and just letting you handle this. So I think we are lucky to find 2 books that actually pertain to the information that we have.
Hey, Reg. Hey,
Yes,
did you know?
Cornelius.
Did you know Stephen King is an ectomancer?
Is he really?
He is. He comes in here one time
Oh.
to time.
That's disappointing then. Then his books aren't fiction, they're more non-fiction then, aren't they?
It's a mix. I mean, he draws from real life, but he embellishes.
Oh, that's all right then. What about Dean Koontz? Is Dean Koontz anything? Has he been any rumors?
Well, there's some rumors that he's undead because
Would explain some of the writing.
no one can churn out that many books without needing to sleep. So
Oh, that's true.
that's what I think.
Huh.
Maybe he's a vampire. I don't know. It would explain those Moonlight Bay books, wouldn't it? Guy who can't come out in the daylight, allergic to the
Yeah.
sun. It's a little too close to home, if you ask me.
There's an easy way to test. Ask for his business card. Trust me.
Oh, I never thought of that. I'll give it a try next time he's in.
Yeah. Don't use garlic though. Learned that recently. It's a myth. Doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, we'll take the books. Sorry. Yeah. We'll go.
As you say that, he reaches under the counter, pulls up a string of garlic, and just throws it in the trash. All right, he rings up the books for you. And says,
Oh, and if you haven't got a chance, Jim Butcher, he's a great guy. You should read his stuff.
all right, I'll take it under advisement. But I mean, wizards in an urban setting, it's a little too on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if it's just like.
Oh, that's what those were about? I never know.
All right. And then we head back over to Zuki.
All right. So she looks over at him because right now she's a little frustrated and says, listen, obviously you want information from me and the Winter Court wants information from me. So I think this is the point where the tables need to turn just a little bit. Because I can tell you from talking to the Winter Court that they've been a lot more helpful than you've been.
Oh, have they? And
They've actually answered more of my questions. They haven't asked for a tidbit of information for every tidbit of information given to me. So at this point, you're the one that's hiding more information from me.
Think about that, child. What do you know of the Fae? When have we ever given something for nothing? Are you sure they didn't get anything out of the deal?
All I know is they've been a whole lot more helpful in this whole process. And maybe that's the way it's meant to be. I mean, you told me that I was of the Winter Court yourself, so maybe you're just trying, I don't know, to pull me over there to your side to get information from me to use against the Winter Court. I don't know. But at this point...
Now, why would I need to get information from you to use against the Winter Court when I have a favor ready and waiting to send you in?
Perhaps. And perhaps I'll regret that favor later.
Perhaps, but I sense you feel an imbalance in our relationship, and that pains me. What can I do to make it right? I can actually see Reg's blood boiling from here.
God, I want to
I
high
can smell it.
five him in the face with a chair. I just want
At this point, I feel like you're trying to use every bit of leverage you have to get every little bit of information that you can from me. And that you know that you have extra leverage with this favor down the road. At this point, I feel like you're trying to take advantage of me.
I would never. I am wounded. Tell me, how can I make it right? How can I make you feel better?
You can give me some actual useful information without demanding payment in return for every little morsel you give.
And what would you consider useful at this point?
Well, you obviously know information about my background. You obviously know information about my father. You may even know information about my mother that you're hiding from me.
What about your
In
grandmother?
the end,
I may know information about her.
if you know all of this wonderful information, then you probably know what would be most useful to me right now.
All right. I will share something that I think is useful, though it may not feel as useful to you at the moment. Your grandmother may have ties to the same organization that your friend Reginald used to work for. I wonder if he knew her.
You say may have ties.
She does. I'm sorry. I'm used to being elusive in my speech. Or did. She is actually dead. Died of natural causes, surprisingly. Really thought she was going to go out a different way.
Why?
Well, her line of work, natural causes, is rarely the way one goes.
She was a nurse.
Yes, a nurse.
What are you saying that her line of work was?
What is Reginald's line of work? What does he call himself on his business cards?
Have I seen his business cards? Would I know it? What did they say?
The agent.
Just agent.
The agent, yes.
She was a World War II nurse. She was over there. She worked as a nurse when she came back to Boston. I knew her as a nurse. That's what she did.
She was a spy with medical training. She was assigned...
She was in London. How is she supposed to be doing any spying in...
Yes.
Okay.
And where did your father meet your mother, I wonder?
In London.
That's an interesting coincidence, isn't it? By the way, I'm not trying to be evasive. I'm telling you it wasn't a coincidence. Your grandmother arranged that meeting.
My grandmother arranged for my mother to meet my father?
Yes.
Did she know that they were... was this like an arranged marriage or an arranged... I don't know. They didn't even get married. Were they... Was that her?
It was an arranged liaison. The situation was created to make all of it possible. She had no way of knowing whether he would stay or would go, but it was interesting data for her organization. And then you...
I was interesting data.
Not to your mother. Your mother was truly smitten. If that matters to you. You were born of love, for certain. Love and your grandmother's machinations.
Then why'd he leave?
Well, that you might have to ask him. That is one I do not know the answer to. Though if rumors are true, he did run afoul of some authorities for things he had done. And as such, may have found it more convenient to make himself scarce.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you feel there is an imbalance in our relationship, and I dislike that.
But why do we have a relationship? Why are you even interested in me?
That is more difficult to explain, and I fear this is not the right time. I have given you much to think on. I do not wish to overwhelm you. I will tell you I do not wish you harm.
And they do?
If I am speaking honestly, I cannot say for certain that they do. I can't say for certain that they don't. I am sure they have their own needs and goals in this. Just as it could be argued that I do.
And what would your needs and goals be?
Well, as I said, that is for another time. That is a more involved discussion.
Okay.
As I said, I did not think you would feel better after the conversation, but I wanted you to see I was acting in good faith. You will want to verify this, I am sure, on your own, even though you know I cannot lie. If you are smart, you will look for the gray between the words, but hopefully will not see any this time.
Okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. And now, I believe I will take my leave of you. And he raises his little cup, takes a sip, and fades into a speck. Do you head back to the apartment, or do you go get some coffee and walk, or what?
I'm going to head back towards the apartment. I don't really know where they've gone at this point, right? Have they told me that what? Oh, no, I don't head back to the apartment because I know where I am right now. I'm in the same place that little goblin was, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Gray, right? Do I remember how to get to where his room was?
I don't know. Do you?
I remember how to get back to where his room was. I am very observant.
Give me an insight check to see if you remember.
Go! 15 plus, like, stupid.
That's good.
Wait, 15 plus something?
Okay. Oh, okay. 7, 5. No, it was a 5. I'm sorry. 5 plus 7. Yeah, no, it was 12.
Oh, I was like 15 plus whatever you... That
No,
would be great.
it was a 5. It wasn't a 15.
You-
I'd kill for a 15 the way I've been rolling tonight.
Right. You remember Reg going up to the counter and ordering something and getting a
And there
key
was a
with it.
Key. I'm going to try. I'm going to go up to that counter and I'm going to try to remember what he ordered. God, I don't even remember now. Shoot.
New England
I'm going to go up to the
chowder.
I'm going to go up to the counter and I'm going to talk to the person there and say, I need to talk to Gray. And if they're unresponsive, I'm going to turn person.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So I walk up to the counter, the same one that we went to where I got the key, and say, in a really, really quiet, subtle voice, I need to talk to Gray.
He says, no one works here with that name.
No, he's downstairs. You know who I'm talking about. I need the key.
He says, no one works here with that name.
I cast Charm Person.
Okay. What's the save on that?
I don't remember. Spell save 14.
Oh, no, that's not a 14. His eyes kind of shimmer a little bit, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. What was it that you needed?
I needed the key. I needed to go.
Oh, the
talk
key.
To Gray.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The
You
key.
just don't ever. That was so weird.
Oh,
It's so good to see you.
I'm having such a day. I mean, it's look how busy it is here. There's like nobody
It
there.
is. It's just crazy busy. How are the croissants today? The ones with the chocolate chips over there?
Oh, did you want one? Did you want
Oh
one?
my gosh, yes, they look delicious.
Sure. Here, hang on. Let me. And he goes and he takes one and he puts it on a plate and he puts the key next to the croissant on the plate and he hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. Can I have some tea too? To take down to Gray because he really liked it last time. I think it was Earl Grey.
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. I mean
Yeah.
that's his favorite. Yeah, sure. And he goes and he pours you
Yeah,
a glass.
thank you.
He says,
So I take the key and the croissant and the tea and the key, yes, and I go back down the little hallway to the little room.
okay. And you head downstairs.
Yep.
He's downstairs.
Gray! Do I see him?
Yeah. He says,
I brought you some tea.
"Oh, I love tea. Yes, tea is the best. Oh, thank you. Where is what is his name?
Reggie?
Yes, that
Reggie.
is. You are right. That is his name. Where is Reggie?
It
me
is
see.
just me today. I mean, he's gonna come by. He's still working on that cold pizza for you. It can be a little bit hard to obtain sometimes.
Yes.
So
Because you have to get the
but-
hot pizza and then let it sit.
it's very complicated. Yes.
You think that's complicated? You should try interdimensional travel sometime.
Oh my goodness, I should.
Oh, you want to?
Well, I mean, not at the moment.
Yeah,
Do you do that a lot?
he's like walking over to a workbench and he's got a little hand crank. He's like, oh, not now. Oh, okay. And he puts the crank down.
I mean, but maybe another time. I mean, that sounds great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is very good.
Do you travel often that way?
Oh, holidays, long weekends, vacation.
Oh, nice. All right. I had a question. for you
Don't
and I
go
was
to the nine
hoping-
hells. The winters
No,
there
no,
are
it doesn't-
terrible. Eh.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Sometimes the name says it all.
Right. Honestly, you really should have known before you went there. So, I mean, just logic, but like, that's okay. I
What
mean,
about
it's worth checking out.
What about Curly
It's
from the
kinda
Three
like a really
Stooges?
pricey-
What about Curly from the Three Stooges? He's bald. The name could have been ironic. You don't know. Have you ever been there?
Well, like that's what I was just saying. Yeah, it could have been. So now you know, right?
I not go back.
Yeah, that's good.
You not go back either.
So I have this little note that was kind of glinting funny in the light, and I thought that you might have some really good insight into what's going on with it.
Oh, special paper?
Yes. Would you mind looking at it for me?
He runs away from you. And you hear clank, clank, crash, crash, clink, clink, clink. He comes back out, and he's got a leather cap on it with like 12 lenses in front of his eyes. He's like
That
walking
is really cool.
He's like walking unsteadily. He trips over things. He's like, gimme, 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 gimme.
Oh, okay. She pulls out the note and she shows it to him.
And he holds it out. He's like, 1 or 2? 1 or 2? And he's like, flip, flip, flip. And he's just muttering to himself as he's looking at it. And like, and all of a sudden he stops. He says, oh, now that is interesting.
What?
This is not normal paper.
I
He goes-
figured that. Can you tell me more?
He licks a corner of it. Here, taste that.
I like the corner of it, but not where he licked.
Not that
'cause
you
that's
lick a
gross.
different corner, right? Yeah, because
Yes.
he says, what does it feel like on your tongue?
Papery?
Give me
Rough?
an insight check.
All right. Because I've been doing so well with those tonight. Well, it's slightly better. It's 15.
It feels a little cold and tingly.
Ooh.
Ooh. This paper tastes cold. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it tastes cold.
No, that is exactly it. It is not normal paper. It is made of ice and snow and the essence of winter. This is winter parchment. Where did you get it?
It was left in my room.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
Why does it make sense?
It doesn't make sense. I was trying to sound like I knew what was going on. I don't like not knowing what's going on. And he pulls his cap off and he throws it on the ground.
Oh, don't be frustrated. We'll figure this out together.
Okay. I can
So
tell
when
you.
you're saying it's go ahead.
I can tell you it is winter parchment, but I don't know who put it there.
Well, I don't either. How could I figure out who put it there? Like, is there a way if somebody were dropping off notes in my room that I could figure out who it was that was dropping off those notes in my room?
You mean other than to catch them in the act?
Right. But if I couldn't do that, would there be another way?
Perhaps if you used a magical circle of ensnarement, you could capture them when they were sneaking in.
Oh, like below the window or something.
Yes, that
Hmm.
might work.
I might have the ability to do something about that on my own. I might have to do a little bit of inner soul seeking to see if I have the ability to do that yet.
If you don't, there are always external means to do it. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Would you have those external means?
I might know a guy. Psst.
Is the guy you?
It is. That's what I was going to say. How did you know? I
You have
like
one now?
you.
Could I borrow it? Is it something that could be borrowed and then returned to you?
It is not. It would take time. There are different ways to do it. I could inscribe it with chalk. I could carve a pattern into the floor and pour melted silver or copper. There are many ways to do it.
Okay.
I once made one.
I don't have any money though.
Oh.
But I have access to cold pizza.
Oh. I could
do.
consider that.
I have to tell you about the best cold pizza. It's got pineapples on it.
That is brilliant! I would never have thought to
It's-
put a pineapple on a pizza.
It's amazing. People don't, but then they try it and it's the only kind of pizza they want.
Okay, I think we may have a deal here. I will do a chalk one. Oh, once I made one out of fox urine. Would you prefer that?
Ooh, no, not quite, because I think it might make Reggie mad. Because it'd stink up his apartment.
But you see, it also keeps away the gophers and the voles, and they don't dig holes.
Surprisingly, he does not have a really big gopher or vole problem in his apartment currently.
Ah. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, but you know what? I will let you know if the problem gets if it becomes a problem, and then we can go over to that urine.
Okay. You come back when
solution.
you're ready. But next time,
Okay.
just order the tea and croissant and don't enchant my employees. They have such headaches afterward. It's all right.
Well, is there a better way for me to be able to get to see you next time without having to do that? Because it was really, really important.
Yes, I told you. Just order tea and the croissant. Were you not listening?
Just tea and a croissant. Well, no, I ordered tea and a croissant, and they didn't give me the key.
Did you order the tea and croissant first or after?
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I didn't realize it had to happen in a certain order. So now I know.
Now
Can
you
it be
know.
a chocolate chip croissant? Because I really like those chocolate chip croissants.
Yes, it can.
Okay. All right. It doesn't have to be a plain one.
No.
Okay.
And make sure it is Earl Grey tea.
Okay. And the Earl Grey tea is for you. Would you like half of my croissant, or would you rather me leave it in the corner till it gets moldy?
Would you? That's so thoughtful.
Yes.
No one ever asks that.
Now I do. That's why we're going to be best friends.
I think it is. All right. You get back to me on the fox urine. I will keep
No,
working.
no, definitely no fox urine. But if you have another way to do this without fox urine or something else that would smell up or dirty Reggie's apartment, then that would be awesome.
Well, it's going to get dirty. I'm making a circle with runes in it. I mean, I could use salt. I could use chalk. I could use molten metal. I mean, it's...
Ooh, let's go with salt or chalk because I believe I could vacuum those up more easily than the molten metal.
Okay.
So, she gives him a big hug.
He hugs her back and says, let me know when to come over.
Oh, you're going to come over? Thank you.
Well, I can't give
Do-
you the
do I-
circle to carry with you.
Well, that's true. Should I just do the croissant tea thing, or is there a better way to contact you?
You could call the shop. When you call the shop, say you are calling in an order for Anthony Edwards.
Got it.
He never actually
It's
shops
locked into
here.
my brain.
He never actually shops here, so it's secret code. If someone actually called in an order for him, he would be very disappointed when he got here because the order would not be ready.
Do I need to place an order when I call in that order?
No,
or
the
can I
message.
just say I'm calling in the order and then okay.
The message is the order, and they know to tell me whatever you said.
So they'll let you know that it's time to come over to Reggie's house at your earliest convenience.
Yes, that would be fine.
Got it. Thank you.
Don't forget to go out the back way.
I will not.
And he waves. And then he goes back to tinkering. All right, so you guys all rendezvous back at the apartment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reg and Nicholas, when you get there, now did you give Keel and Zephyr a way to get back in, or are they waiting on the stoop?
Yes. No, I would have given them some sort of way to get in. I'm going to start running out of spare keys here pretty soon.
So when you guys get back, Keel is looking concerned, and Zephyr is kind of huddled in like a he's not in a ball, but he's kind of hunched over and looks a little pale.
What happened? Is he all right?
He hasn't really said a word yet. He started casting magic in the middle of the Starbucks. I had to stop him.
I tap Keel on the shoulder, and I go and kneel down next to Zephyr and say, "What do you need?"
It was just too real.
Did you see something?
I did. It was my mother. And we were talking. That's who I went to go see. And we were there, and all of a sudden, this hairy leg burst out of her chest, and I've never been so scared in my life. I thought I'd lost her.
I understand.
Do you? Can you explain it to me?
I understand the fear. I have no idea why someone's hairy leg burst from your mother's chest. I
can't lose the image. I can't get it out of my mind. I've never been so scared in my life. It's got to be the deepest fear I have is losing her.
Zephyr, I'm not going to placate you and tell you some sort of hallmark card of that you need to figure out a way to move past your fear. I will tell you that there is probably a part of you that's always going to hold on to it, but you can use it to fuel you. You can use that fear to drive you. You're safe now.
How did it happen?
I don't know. I believe
it's
that
like something invaded my mind. It was just how. I've never been so scared in my life.
You're safe now. You're here.
Okay, I'm wondering if Zephyr can put two and two together with what happened with Nicholas earlier. As far as when the spiders had come in and Nicholas went hiding in his room.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
13 plus 5, 18.
You might need to ask Nicholas a question to confirm your hypothesis, but you have an idea.
Nicholas, why did you abandon us when the spiders came?
You say abandon. I say did the best thing that I could do, but I hate to admit it, I was scared.
Of spiders. Really?
Yeah.
Are they showing us our greatest fears?
That would have been mine.
Has anybody else experienced anything like this since we've gotten together?
I don't think so. I mean, not on my behalf. It would make sense, though. I know you're particularly close to your mother, and your greatest fear might involve losing her.
Reg,
Correct?
Reg,
I can't imagine her dying.
what about your son? Your losing your son. Wouldn't that be your greatest fear?
Yes, but that wasn't manifested in front of me. There were photos, granted, but it wasn't
Same intent.
possibly. I mean, if the theory was that this explosion happened to start taking away the safe places in the world, or in the Boston small scale of things, it stands to reason that if we're getting closer to something, then we become localized targets. Then it stands to reason that they're taking away all of the safe places that we have, be it your mother, Zephyr, or be it reality itself, Nicholas.
So what do I do with this? Do I go to protect my mother, or do I have to avoid her?
Do you want the nice answer? I mean, I don't know, Zephyr. Honestly, it seems like the people closest to us are in danger, and we were there. We were there when the explosion happened, and we've done nothing but paint targets on our backs when we ask more questions and do more digging. Honestly, the safest place in the world is probably far away from us.
Was your mom hurt?
No, she seemed fine when Keel pulled me out of there. She seemed okay. She told
How
me.
How bad was it? Did anyone get hurt when you started using magic?
No, I was attempting to heal her when Keel grabbed me.
Did a spell go off?
No, I was in the process.
Keel,
I
was
didn't
his
even-
mom injured?
Not from what I could see. She looked more scared of him than anything. But yeah, no, I don't think any spell actually got off. He just a bright light started going from his hand, and people were looking. So I tried to shake him from it.
Wait a second.
I look.
When you guys,
Yeah.
when the spider was on the window, did you guys hit it?
I felt like I made physical contact to it. It seemed almost like the weird spectral dog and then that bird thing that we've seen before, kind of the same thing, just different.
Give me int checks, everyone.
Just a straight up int check.
Straight up int.
Couldn't be worse than mine. Well, maybe. Only if you got a nat 1. I rolled a 2.
You get to add your mod to it.
Yes, your intelligence modifier. Keel,
okay.
Keel, what'd you get?
Plus 0.
Keel got a 19.
19. Nicholas?
18.
18. Zuki?
11.
11. Reg?
5.
Zephyr?
2.
2. That's with your bonus?
Yes, with my
Okay.
plus 0.
All right, just checking. So Keel and Nicholas, while you guys are talking about this, you vaguely remember the rough layout and that everybody was in the bedroom except for Nicholas when the spider thing happened.
All right.
So it only targets us when we're alone?
Wait, Zephyr, what are you scared of? Losing your mom?
I can't think of anything that would scare me worse.
I'm scared of spiders. Keel, was he alone? Did you leave him alone in the restaurant?
I mean, I was sitting outside, but in clear view of him.
He was definitely not alone. He was with his mom, and there was a lot of people in the Starbucks.
more of an isolation type deal where we're apart from each other?
I need to
sense.
handle. I need to take care of something. Can I? I will be right back. I need to step outside for a minute.
We've just determined that this thing kind of targets us when we're alone, but you want to step outside and be alone now?
Because that's
Yes.
the right thing to do.
Yes, Zuki. Can you walk me to the door, please?
Yes.
I look at you and I say, if I'm not back in about 5 to 10 minutes, I need you to lock up and just let them know.
No.
Zuki, if I'm not back at 5 or 10 minutes, I need you to lock up and take care of everyone. All right?
Okay. First of all, where are you going?
I'm walking right outside, but if I'm not back in 5 or 10 minutes, just say yes, Reggie. I will take care of it.
Can I hitch a ride? Can I come with you and be hidden?
No, you may not.
And you're not going to tell us what you're doing?
No, I'm not.
There's literally no way I would let you alone after we just had this revelation.
You realize that locking the doors isn't going to do any good. That everybody's going to come running after you. Do you think this is the best choice?
Okay. How about this? I am 100% convinced that the minute, whether he meant to or not, but the minute that Zephyr almost cast magic in a crowded Starbucks in the middle of Boston, it put him on someone's radar. It put him on Ben's radar, and I'm almost convinced that if I walk outside to my front stoop, I will see a van or a car that looks vaguely familiar to me. Now, I'm hoping to go and talk to them to dissuade them that Zephyr is with me now, so that our room in our apartment building isn't swamped by government agents. And I think I can do that better by myself.
So then let me change, and so that I can even keep an eye on you, so I can at least report back to them, hey, Reggie just got kidnapped by Ben.
No, because damn it, Zuki, I've been doing this for you for a long time.
Not to mention, they know that you and I are supposed to be together.
All I'm asking is to be able to visually see what's happening, so that if you get taken away, I can at least let them know what happened, rather than you just disappearing into thin air.
Because I lost my son, Zuki, and I don't want to lose you too. I haven't told you this, but I've been keeping them off. I've been keeping you off their radar. They don't know about you because I have made sure they didn't know about you. And I've lost people close to me, and I'm not going to lose you too. Nicholas, if you want to come with me, you can. Zuki, if you care anything about me, stay inside, please.
Oh, I'm different.
Okay.
And Reggie and Nick walk out the door. Keel, do you go into the bedroom to make your phone call?
I do.
Okay. While this is going on, you guys don't notice that Keel slips into the bedroom and closes the door quietly.
I'm actually sitting on the chair, kind of humming a song to me, and any words that you hear are actually in Chinese, and so
Nice.
it almost sounds like a lullaby.
Aw. All right, Keel.
So I'm going to be calling Officer Danny Smith.
Smith here.
Smith, it's Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. What's going on?
Listen, ever since I found out, what Dad was and now what I am, weird things have been happening, man. I need some answers.
All right. You wanna? My shift gets over about 5. Do you want to pop by HQ and we can talk?
I can't do HQ. I can probably meet you at Mom's house, but I'll have company there, and they can't know who you are.
All right. I think I should be. Line goes dead.
I'm gonna immediately try again,
Okay, you're getting a busy signal now.
and curse, put my phone away, and then head back to the group.
Okay. Uh, you come back in, and Reg and Nicholas aren't there anymore. You guys head downstairs out the front door, and as you head out the front door, you see a black van speeding away. You don't think it sped away because they noticed you. It seemed like they were already pulling away as you opened the door.
Fuck. All right.
So why'd they
All right.
leave?
There's only a couple of reasons why they would left. Is that they're going to get more people, or someone told them to leave, and I don't know which one it is.
So this is bad.
This is bad. We need to go. We need to go now.
Where?
We'll find someplace.
Where?
I don't know, Nicholas.
All right, we'll save your claim to me. Let's get in there and get everybody out.
Yeah, we'll find someplace. I have a few places in the city that we could go to, but we cannot stay here. Not anymore. We have to go.
Let's head them up, move them out.
You head upstairs?
All right.
Yep.
We head back upstairs.
So
Yeah.
good news, bad news time. Good news is we're going to get to see a different part of the city.
Yep.
Bad news, we're being hunted.
Everyone pack your things. We can't stay here.
Where are we going?
We're going to start moving, and I'm going to try to make some phone calls and see if one of the people that I have done favors for all these years ago can help me out, and see if there's a safer place to be, because I think they're on the way.
Hey, Reg, your phone vibrates in your pocket.
I take it out.
You
Do I
have
recognize
you have a new text.
who's it from?
XXX.
What's it say?
Time to call in that marker. Bzz, bzz. Vibrates again, another text. Get your team to Ben HQ.
I look at Zuki and I say, I've tried to protect you from a lot of things in the small time that we've been together, and it looks like I wasn't fast enough. And Zephyr, I tried to do the same for you because I care for you a great deal. Because if I saw my son in Zuki, I saw a bit of myself in you.
I got an idea.
But
It's a terrible
yes.
one, but you'll love it and hate it at the same time.
I like it already.
Excellent. Zuki, call your boy.
What? Say that again.
Call your boy.
Oh, think he
Lord,
could help? How could he
it can't be
help?
worse than this. Do it.
But before we resort to deep bags like him, if it's a matter of hiding Zuki, we might be able to do it at my mom's place.
It's not about just Zuki, it's about all of us. And since you guys didn't go through any of the testing, I'll just tell you, it's not fun.
I've got other places I could hide out. I can hide out on my own. I can be pretty out of the way. And worst case scenario, I could probably make a visit to Winter.
Yeah, because last time was so much fun.
Has Reggie even shared
not gonna
what he's
find
gotten
us.
on the text yet?
Nope.
I just got a text from Ben asking us to bring all of you to headquarters to discuss everything and to bring all of you with me.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that they know who all of us are, that they know that all of us could mean 3 or all of us could mean 5, right?
Yes, but I'm almost positive they know about Keel. Nicholas is definitely on their radar. Zuki, they know of you, but I've been doing favors for them in order to keep you from being taken and subjected to the same sort of test and scrutiny that Nicholas has undergone.
So here's kind of let me throw this in, Reg. This is what I was thinking. We can't be separated. If any one of us is by ourselves, who knows what could happen?
Right.
And he would probably be the only one that we can seek protection from. I don't trust the other side. I mean, I trust this guy maybe as far as you can throw him, but so far he hasn't done anything wrong to me.
I don't feel like we can trust him any more than we can trust them.
Honestly, I would. Fairy courts and duplicity are outside of my wheelhouse. But if we're going to get into bureaucracy,
What
if we're
about
going
the
to
protection of, you can afford us?
at what price? I still don't know. I made the mistake of almost killing vampires because they wanted to talk. So far, I don't know of any horribleness that Ben has planned. And honestly, I don't want all of you to lead the life I've had of running from place to place. I'm tired of running.
Can I just throw something in here?
Please.
And it may shock you coming from me, but I've been so out of sorts and this whole thing has been so overwhelming. I actually was thinking in the back of my mind of maybe we should turn to Ben for information. I mean, we're not finding it on our own enough. And as terrifying as the experience was, wouldn't they know?
So, we are besieged by otherworldly forces on one side. We are besieged by a shady government facility on the other. My vote is we each have another slice of cold pizza, and whichever side we're backed into a corner with, we fuck their shit up.
I love the idea. Pizza it is.
Pizza, Ben, save the world. Sound about right?
Zzz, zzz.
Save the world.
Text.
Well, question mark?
I'm going to need 5 minutes, a car outside, and cold pizza. Send.
Okay. You wait, and you wait, and there's no response.
All right, kids. Let's go meet Big Brother.
Who's going?
Keel will definitely go.
And Zephyr's made his decision that he's not going to fare him anymore.
Okay.
He's going.
Reg and Nick, obviously. Zuki, are you gonna wait till they get close? You get close, and then cockroach up?
Reggie, what do you think I should do here? I'm going to trust you. You know them better than I do. Do I just go? I mean, cockroach isn't going to help me much if this trip's more than an hour. So, what do?
Reg,
I can hide.
Reggie does something he has never done with you. He reaches down and in a very tender way, he grabs your hand and he says, I think the time for hiding is over.
All right. I trust you. Let's do this.
Okay, so you guys get in the car and head over to Ben
Before
HQ,
we-
Boston.
Well, before we leave, I want to inspire everybody with my Inspire Leadership feat to give them some bonus hit points.
Okay. Let's hear your inspiring speech. Let's hear your inspirational speech.
Oh yeah. Of course I have them. He doesn't have them just ready to go. All right. So this is one of my favorites. It's abbreviated. So for presenting yourselves on the battlefield, I give you thanks, sons of Scotland. I am William Wallace. I fight for me and die. Run and you'll live, at least for a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days for this day to that for one chance, just one chance to come back here and tell your enemies that they may take your lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
How many hit points does that give everybody? I believe it's your level, is it not?
It's level plus my charisma modifier, so that will be let's see, charisma, 3, 8, 7 total.
Okay, so everybody has 7 bonus hit points until dawn tomorrow.
Yep.
Or until a long rest, I should say.
We head up for HQ, heads
Okay.
held high.
So you guys drive off to Ben HQ, and it's getting late in the afternoon. It's starting to get to be sundown, and you park some ways away from Ben HQ because you don't want to just drive up to the front door and leave your car there. And you start walking, and as you get closer, you notice something peculiar. You notice that the power is off at Ben HQ. You don't see any lights on any of the floors. It's a tall office building, kind of on the outskirts of the business district in Boston.
If you're holding, now is the time to have it out. Tsuki, be aware. And I go towards the door.
Okay, are you guys just walking up or are you stealthing?
I'm just walking up.
Yeah.
Okay, perception checks.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
Can't-
that'll
can't
be
beat that.
me.
Okay, let's see if anybody else notices. Reg obviously notices.
I got a 19.
19. Nicholas?
8.
8. Keel?
Got a 11.
11. Zephyr?
15.
15. So Zephyr, Nicholas, and Keel. Keel, you're concerned about Smith, and so you're kind of focused on the building. Nicholas, you're still a little afraid of the building, and Zephyr, you're even for all of your bravado and it's time to stop running. Now that you're getting close to the building and it's starting to become real, it just looks like this big black monolith in front of you, and you're just and you guys are headed for the door. And
I immediately take out my inhaler and take a couple quick puffs.
Zuki and Reg, out of the corner of your eye, you notice, and each of you is looking in a different direction, but you notice a person standing, just like a guy wearing a backpack, just standing motionless, eyes closed, outside the building, and they look like they're identically dressed, and you realize that they're wearing, jeans and gray hoodies, and they look very similarly attired to the dead guys in the Plastered Dragon.
Gentlemen, can
What
we
do you
help
guys do?
Are we talking dead guys with the runes on their necks?
10, 9,
They're standing outside.
7.
Can I run over and try
Yes.
to heal one of them?
6. You can run up
I
to
run
try and
over.
heal one. 5.
I run up and
Four.
try to
No.
Three,
Suki, back.
two. What do you do, Zuki?
Okay,
I grab
what are you
Suki
doing?
and pull her back.
I listen to him.
Well, I know she's already run over to the guy.
I tackle her. I try to shield her body with mine.
Okay, give me again. Give me an attack roll.
An 18 plus
Okay.
attack.
All right. So you're heading over for the guy, and Reg makes a flying tackle and knocks you to the ground. What are you, Zephyr, Nicholas, Keel? What are you guys doing when you see this?
Is there any chance that Keel can make it to in front of them to kind of shield them between so that he stands in between Zuki, Reg, and the building?
I'll give you a dex. I'll give you actually I'll give you athletics.
Okay.
But it's going to be a high DC.
How does a natural 20 do?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll probably do it. Yeah, yep.
So I'll throw myself in front of them and basically hold my shield out and prep
Okay.
basically anything coming at us.
Nick,
Do we have time to cast any kind of spells or just reactionary?
you're just reactionary at this point.
Oh, then I'll definitely just duck down.
You're
If
gonna
they're
duck
ducking
down.
I'm gonna duck
Zephyr?
duck down.
I'm curling up into my jacket as best I can.
Okay, you guys remember the explosion that happened in the plastered dragon? Well, the people that were casting that curse were closer together and in a smaller space, and you suspect there was a smaller group of them because you suddenly see a bright flash of light through closed eyes, and you feel the world shake. And as you open your eyes and look up again, you see the men that were closest to you drop to the ground as Ben HQ Boston implodes upon itself and sinks into the ground. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
So,
I'm really not scared of him now. Ha!
well, I mean, that's not all
Just
of
the
Ben.
one.
That's just, that's just HQ. That's just Boston HQ. There's plenty
We're
of
gonna
other
get
agents
blamed for
elsewhere.
that. We're gonna get blamed for that.
You may
Just
have
so
been
you
in the
know.
wrong place at the wrong time. It's possible.
Again.
Yeah, well, it happens. It's your luck. What are you gonna do?
I
So,
feel it.
thanks, folks, for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed our show tonight. Hope that those of you that came late enjoyed my Father's Day present. Let me switch. Make sure you can see here. Here we are, the plastered dragon. We're going to be hanging this in the tavern. Look for it on streams again soon. It's going to be amazing. Thank you all for watching. I believe we had Rhythmic High subscribed tonight, so thank you, Rhythmic, for subscribing.
Thank you, Rick Mick.
You are awesome. We love you. Did I miss any other subscribers there? While I'm waiting for her to respond there, I will just go on to say tomorrow night is Fiasco, the Heroes of Pinnacle City. Cali Dragon is going to be hosting a really twisted run through the superhero world, featuring Atavistics is going to be on that. Subsist Cyber is going to be on that one. Reardon from Chosen Family, and our fourth is Kazuki from Web of Lies. So it's basically a cross section of people from the channel all playing in the superhero world. And then tune in on Saturday for another edition of Dread. I understand there are going to be clowns, Billy?
Yes, and if you follow the Discord, you will see a hint as to the setting of the Drunken Dread for this Saturday. It's creepy as hell. It's based in reality. If so, get ready, kids.
Oh boy! All
It's
right.
basically walking into his bedroom.
No, it's pretty much the opposite of that. Nope,
Oh,
not
just
at
threw
all.
up. I threw up in my mouth.
All right, thank you all very much. Join us over in the chat in just a minute. We love you all. Have a great night.